Let's ride!
Hello and welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council podcast. I'm your host, WEBDAVE. A little older, a little wiser. There we go. I'm going to switch it over here. Kapow! There we go. It looks a lot better. So that I'm blocked by the chat and not Hargeet. Hey, well, speaking of Hargeet Chani, what's up, my man? How you doing, sir?
I'm all right. Busy, but otherwise okay.
Busy. I heard that. We did get a message, but before I go around the horn and introduce everybody else before the show, I'm not sure if you saw this or not. Let's see. It was from, I think, yeah. So, Deegan, did you see what he said? He asked us the question.
Yeah, I assume you're going to go an extra 2 hours today since ILP wasn't on. Right? I'm assuming that's what he meant by that. Yeah, no.
But hey, you got us now. We're here for it. We are here for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they weren't.
While we're doing that, I'm with 10 joules. Thank you.
I like it a lot. I like it. We do also have some amazing returning guests, and this is going to be good. What was that?
Sorry, them's the rules. I didn't make them up.
Well, that's true. Well, after the end of our stream, I will pass you off to somebody.
They didn't even have anything else, right? They usually have some not live, but some show that they usually just play at that time, right? I don't remember seeing anything. Did you guys see anything?
Nope.
No, I didn't see anything.
Wow. They took a day off? Wow. Something must be up. FARK QUE, 100 joules.
FARK QUE. Thank you, FARK QUE. Thank you very much for doing that. But you know the rules. No spending money. No. Anyway, I'm just messing with him. FARK QUE. We'll get that out of the way right now. And of course, we have some amazing guests, which I am so happy that we have them back. Both of them have been here before, but something in the air these days. It's just, I don't know. It's we have a lot of exciting things to talk about tonight. A lot of exciting things. And let's get started with the one and only, the Corkenstein. Or is it Corkenstein?
Dr. Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
You're putting me on.
All right.
It's pronounced Frankenstein.
Welcome, Clark.
Good, bud. Yeah, man. Just enjoying myself. A nice little Sunday. Getting some Call of Duty beta going on. Yeah, man. Just
Your
loving.
mic
Just
volume is low, Dave.
Oh, Mac. I'll see if I turn it up.
yeah, man. It's pretty good. It's a nice weekend before I have to go back to work. So get some Call of Duty in, and just enjoy myself.
There you go. It's always good to have some time off. Thank you, Mac. I appreciate that. Let me see what I can make some adjustments here. But wow.
That blue number, Holly, 650 joules. And then
You're awesome.
Justin, 100 joules.
Wow. Thanks, guys. We appreciate the jewels. The jewels, as Dirt would say. That is very awesome. And of course, we have the one and only, the legendary, the man you do not want to step in front of in a game. That's right. That is the one and only Scrub Nurse. That's the man right there.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Glad to be here. This is gonna be a great show. We got some good topics, and of course, we can talk about some Call of Duty. So let's get it started.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Gamer's Paradise, 10 joules.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. All right. So am I louder now? Do I sound louder to you guys? Is this good? No good? Good enough? Too loud?
I mean, it
Not loud
sounded
enough?
okay to me. I don't know. How about the rest of you?
Sound okay to you
Does
guys?
it sound
It
reasonable?
sounds okay on this side. I guess
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to
Sounds
see what
sounds
they
better.
say.
Anybody in the chat do I sound all right? And they're like, we ain't answering you. I'm just kidding. They can't hear me. That's why they're not replying. I said, we can't hear him. He's too quiet. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, mic's a little low. All right, cool. So, well,
It says you're good. They say
Says
you're
we're
good.
You're good, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Let's see. Let me show this on the screen. Boom. There we go. Please hit the like button if you like. We appreciate that. Big shout out to Spartan last night. He jumped on with this. I actually did an impromptu show last night. It was everybody's just still a little low.
I mean, you sound fine to me, but
I just want to make sure.
a little compared to the others, but okay.
Yeah, I think it's because we're a little louder than you, so it's more noticeable.
Is that what it is? Well,
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
That's
All right.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I think we're okay. Let me take one thing just to make sure that I'm on the right setting for audio.
In StreamYard, you're hopefully not set to like auto volume or whatever, right?
I turned that off and I got it cranked up in there. Let's see. No background volume detected, but maybe should reduce background volume. Let's see. Does that sound any better? Is that loud?
Do you have a limiter on your mixer?
I mean, I do, but it's been the same setting for
Oh, all right.
the system. So
Only thing I could think of.
yeah, no, I'm still well. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's
It's-
just move on, I guess.
Crank it up. Exactly. All right, Dave, you're boring people. All right, well, I'm like peeking on the board here, so I don't know. We'll see what's good. I'm here for the chat. Oh, thanks, Spartan. Appreciate that. Well, anyways, well, Spartan, Ben, thank you for last night, and please, Spartan, do not gift any more memberships. Spartan did 350 memberships last night, so kudos to you, my friend.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I appreciate you for doing that for sure. That was insane and very awesome, and we appreciate you for sure, for real. So good, yeah. But guys, there's a lot of topics to talk about. We got over 115 people hanging out with us live already. Thank you all so much for being here. A lot of great members of the community hanging out with us too in the chat. Almost too many to mention, but we do appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And Holly, it's good to see you. We watched some of your stream earlier for sure. That was really good. She was supposed to have she was supposed to have her and Mav were supposed to be doing some playing of the beta, but I guess I believe her PC had to have a BIOS update and it wouldn't let her do the multiplayer right or something. So hopefully that's all worked out so she can do that in the future. Is Dave low or is it just me? Ray, are you giving me a hard time? Somebody else says it's too low. What the fuck?
You're gonna listen to the stream, see what's going on.
All right. Well, somebody want to listen to the stream? Because as soon as I do, it's going to be echo feedback loop from hell. Bro, it's a mystery.
You are just a little bit lower than all of us. You can bump it up some more.
I don't know that I can. I mean, I'm literally the sliders all the way up.
Or you can turn us down some.
No, I don't know. It is so weird. Let me double check the settings again.
I think Thatch in the comment also said last night you were kind of low too.
Oh, well, it was after dark. Just kidding. Let's see. Audio.
Dave getting low.
Boom. Yep. All right. So anyway, all right. I've cranked everything.
Listening to the stream, you sounded fine to me.
Okay. Cool. Very good. All right. So we're moving on. If you can't hear me, then you're too old. Wait, no, it's the opposite. Okay. If it's too loud. Never mind. Anyway, so all right, I'll speak up. I'll try and be louder and obnoxious. You know, kind of like always. All right.
It's
So
just weird because it sounded fine to me, but
all right. So what did he say? What or was you want to read that one?
oh
Shit. My bad.
sorry.
No, that was me.
Finally pulled over, can spell Hargeet correctly, and Cork are blowing up my speakers. I can barely hear you, Dave.
Here, I'll drop down
when
my
I
mic
ran
just
it,
a bit.
it sounded fine.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Save flows ASMR. Thanks, FARK QUE. Thanks a lot. Only from you, my friend, in your sexy British voice. Yeah. Just asking to bring you a cigarette. Ba-dum-bum. All right, so let's get this party started. I've dragged along far enough. And yes, there is emojis in the chat, so burn those up as well. All right, so Hargeet, I'll let you get on the first subject because this is kind of cool.
Sure. Xbox fans can celebrate the original console's 25th anniversary with an incredible new collaboration between Xbox and Mattel. The Mattel Brick Shop Microsoft Xbox building toy kit recreates the original #Xbox in a massive 3,509 piece 1-to-1 scale collectible designed for adult fans. The set includes a detailed replica of the iconic Duke controller with functional buttons that activate lights and sounds. Wow. Along with miniature dioramas inspired by Psychonauts, Halo, and Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, complete with Nano World figures priced at $324.99 and available for pre-order ahead of its expected October 16, 2026 shipping date. This could be the ultimate Xbox anniversary collectible, and if successful, perhaps the beginning of even more nostalgic brick shop sets in the future. 330. Jeez, how much was the Xbox when it first launched? I think it was less than that.
It might have been. As they read yeah. Wow, that is that. There's another.
I mean, I get it, but still.
Yeah. You mean you're not buying it, Hargeet? No?
I don't know. It's an interesting question of is it worth, like, you know, I think Scrub, you were mentioning there was a or maybe it was Cork was saying there's a 360 version. I think it was Scrub was saying that.
Yeah,
Right. There's a 360 version of it already. Maybe that's the better one to get now. Wait till this goes on sale. I mean, it's coming out on October 16th, so inevitably there'll be hopefully some like Black Friday type deal or something like that, right? But for $330, geez Louise.
That's a lot.
It's
I mean,
like 8 cents a piece, something like that.
Yeah. Let's see if I can. I know there was a video clip on it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, Scrub Nurse, is that something you're interested in at all? I mean, or at least do you like the idea that they're making these things available?
I like the idea that they're making them, so I'm definitely okay with it. The price, like, I think I was dyslexic when we were talking earlier because I was thinking it was $230 something, but it's $320 something. And I was saying like the Xbox 360 version, I think right now it's like in $160. So man, I guess making those little pieces and shipping it and the economy made it jump up by over 2 times. But it is cool. It's nostalgia, and people are gonna jump on it. I had thought about it when I thought it was $230, but now at 3 something, I might wait a bit on it. Because there's pictures of controllers floating around that I might want to buy. Like I said, the 360 looks great, so we'll see. But it's beautiful.
Yeah. By the way, confirmed, the original launch price for the Xbox was $300. This is more expensive than the launch console.
But it comes with the game included. You got Halo 3.
Well, it has characters, right, from 3 different games. But yeah, and I guess you could say they all are kind of Xbox, especially maybe when they made this decision to do this. Those were all Xbox games. Now Psychonauts technically may not be considered an Xbox game, but it was on the platform at least.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's really cool looking, and it looks
very
like it
cool.
would take a while to
Lil Caesar dunked on Ray in HS. Ray still mad.
Damn.
Poor Ray. He's not even here to defend himself. My goodness. Oh goodness. But yeah. So I know Ray's in the chat. So
Is he?
Yeah.
Poor Ray.
Yeah. Poor Ray. That's what we'll say. All right. I'm trying to pull up a video clip of it. Let's see. There's couple of things, but let's see if I can get something that shows a little bit. I get like people's walkthroughs and stuff. I don't want to see all that. I just want to see it. Maybe this will work. All right, let's try this. Share this tab. So it kind of shows it a little bit. Shows a little bit of it being all the parts and stuff, how they go together. I mean, it's neat. It's all lit up. There you go. So, I mean, what do you...
Corkenstein? Corkenstein?
Yeah, I mean, after seeing the video, I was like, all right, that's kind of cool for 320, you know? But still, I mean, that's insanely pricey. But you know, we got to stay strong. Doesn't come with a disk drive, so I'm not gonna I'm not gonna buy it. No, it's cool. Like it is pretty pricey for that point, especially for something that's going to be more decorative than functional, you know, in that sense. Yeah, you know, and then you get your little nephew or cousin or something comes over and it's like, look at this, it's cool, and then drops in, shatters into the 3,507 brick pieces that, you know, it takes to build it. Yeah, I don't know, it's cool. Like same thing with like the Lancer. I was really excited for them. I mean, this is actually more technically advanced than the Lancer, the Gears of War Lancer that was supposed to be coming out, because that was, I saw people paying like up to 370 after taxes, and I was like, that thing doesn't even like make any noises or lights up. This looks like it lights up, plays sounds, comes with characters, comes with set pieces, you know, that kind of thing. But that thing's like 370. This is pretty cool. I still think it's a little bit too much for something like this, but it's cool in theory. I hope this is the direction that they go with like marketing and getting Xbox out there. I think just at not better prices, but more functionality and more things that will get people invested into the brand, versus something kind of like this, you know? So it's cool. I'm liking the direction. Maybe if this thing ever goes on sale for like I said, like Scrubner said, like 200, 230, it's definitely something I'd consider. But at its current price point, especially after taxes, it is probably going to be like 370 something, 370, 380 after taxes. So I'll probably wait.
Well, I mean, with the RAM prices these days, what do you expect?
You gotta pay for those lights.
You do have to pay for those lights. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. So, all right, Hargeet, I did bring up the next the other item that is available, and it's a little better priced, maybe.
Right. Well, so first on the Xbox console,
yes.
For that kind of cost, it's just, I don't know, like, why is it so expensive? You know, it would have been interesting if it was much more like an educational tool of like actually building something that actually worked.
Yeah.
Making like an Xbox OG that just plays like a handful of Xbox OG games, right? Because that's pretty cheap to do, right? And you could have like an enclosed module that has like the logic board in it, and then you just plug and play everything together, and then hey, you get to actually put together a console and plug it into your TV, and it actually does something, right? With all the fail safes to make sure that doesn't go crazy. I mean, it could also just be battery operated for the amount of power it needs. So why not do something like that instead? And then it might be worth it. But even at that, I just, oh my goodness, here we go again.
Wow.
Spartan gifts 50 WEBDAVE memberships.
Oh, Spartan,
thanks.
Actually, that's a good idea, Hargeet, because that would be cool. Like if that was the case, like, you know, you open up the diorama of like Elder Scrolls, and that's the game that you're going to play. You open up the Halo one, and that's games. Yeah, that's the game that you play. Or you open up the Psychonauts, and that's the game, and you have the diorama open with what you're playing. That's a totally cool idea.
Exactly. Like then you have some educational benefit to it. It seems worth it because now it's actually a console that plays something, right? And maybe once you put the controller together, it kind of clicks in place and you can actually use it as a controller. I don't know. Like there's ways they could have made this more interesting, you know, but like, I don't know, at $330 just to put it together and just put it on display. I don't know. If it was like $70, I'd just buy this just to give it to my nephew. Here, just put this together, have fun with it. But at like $330, good God. I don't know. I think it's just priced wrong, in my opinion. I think they need to come up with something that's a little cheaper. I don't know why it's that much. Maybe really it costs that much. I wouldn't think so, given that you can buy Lego sets that are really cheap in comparison to this. And I don't think it's going to be that much more plastic cost that's going to make it worth that much more. So it's got to be a licensing thing. And I think they did it wrong. I don't know. We'll see how this does in the market. I wish they had done it much cheaper. So that it just goes out. Like people just want to just for the hell of it, right? Hey, I'll just give this to like my child or my niece or nephew or something like that, just because it's a cheap, cool gift, right? But if it's that kind of price, you have to really think about it. It's like, well, I don't know, that's a lot. So, oh well, I it's kind of a missed opportunity in my eyes. But if this is the price they think is going to be useful, fair enough. I just think that's really expensive. I mean, that's pretty close to buying a Switch. Like, I'd rather buy the
Switch. Is like what, $450 if you get a good price on it. Yeah,
it's like I'd rather just buy that than you can play the games. But anyway, whatever. As far as the Lancer, again, $300 for a Lancer. Jesus, like it's I don't know. Maybe I'm just not in this market to look at these things. I just find that very expensive. Yeah, I find that expensive. But if people want it, fair enough. Here's where I'm annoyed, right? Freaking Halo Collector's Edition. They sold like 10 of those, and then said it was out of stock. I'm like, why do you not just let people buy? It doesn't matter. Just let them buy. The Fable Collector's Edition has been sold out since it launched.
Yeah.
Like, it's not coming out till next year. Why are there no more pre-orders available for that? What are you doing? Like, why would you even put up a sign that says it's out of stock when you could just build more? Like, what are you doing? And that gives you a game with the freaking collector's edition stuff, right? So why are they not just selling that? That just boggles my mind. But anyways, I don't understand a lot of that mindset. But hey, if somebody wants to spend $300 for this and it seems cool to you, absolutely spend it. I'm not going to watch you. Have fun with that. And if you want to spend $330 on the other one, on the Xbox console, absolutely spend it, man. If people like it, I love it. I think it's great. If people want to spend the money and have fun, why not? But for me, it's just, I don't know. That's a little too much.
Yeah, and there's a couple of comments. So you check it if you want to read there.
They have Lego sets for Nintendo and things like that are probably around $250 or so. Yeah, it isn't plastic. It will be the cost of the molds to create it. They won't be selling in mass amounts, most likely, so they need to justify the molding cost. Yeah, I hear you on that, but like, still, I don't know. It just seems like you can get some pretty low cost things that don't have mass, numbers as well in comparison to this. So maybe you're right. Maybe it just adds up, and that's just the way it is. But it just seems expensive.
It does. It does. Hello, Axel. Good seeing you in the chat, my friend. Good seeing you there. Like we got the 25th anniversary Xbox hoodies and shirts and things like that, which are cool. Which I like those. But this, like you said, on the Lancer, it originally went up, sold out so fast that they have now a second order that they're going to put in for. But those, if you get in on the second order, they won't be available until February because of the production costs. So I mean, but if you want one, which I wouldn't mind having one back here on the wall, they could be cool. They've done these over the years, a couple of them, but yeah, this one's hitting hard, I guess, and it looks really, really, really realistic, which is cool.
Yeah, I like it. I like how they had the texture and everything set up. It looks like, we'll have to see it in hands in front of your face, but it looks like they didn't skimp out and just made some little cheap little replica. And, you can see all the detail in it, etchings and all that stuff. I love the way it looks. Like I said, $300. I like Gears, but it's a little steep. This would be. I like collecting stuff, but at a certain point, I go, I might not want to collect that, but it is pretty cool. I do love it.
I got you. Corkenstein, what do you think? You gonna get one of these Lancers?
Nah, probably pass until it's a little cheaper. Like, say, if it had like, I mean, it's a cool like set piece, you know, to like have in the back, like if you're a streamer like us or something, to have against the wall and
Mhm.
stuff. But like, it really has no like lighting effects, no sound effects. Like I said, Axel said the same exact thing I did. I could 3D print this, you know, that kind of thing.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, yeah, I got to put in extra work on like the painting and detailing and stuff like that. But at that price, like the chainsaw doesn't work. Like it would be cool if there was like a Nerf gun too. Like there's a lot of missed opportunity there for how much you're asking for. And I mean, granted, it's a fandom. You know, a lot of people, you know, you always charge a little bit more to the fandom and take advantage of that. But at that price, I don't know. It's crazy. Oh yeah, he said $50 shipping too. Doggy
Wow.
Dog said.
That's crazy.
So it's like,
Wow.
yeah, it's like you're gonna end up paying close to $400 for this, and it's just gonna
Mhm.
hang on a wall. You know, and that's why I was just kind of like, but if it was cool if it had like more functionality to it, you know, make it a Nerf gun. I mean, that's, you know, that's not too much to ask, or you know,
Yeah.
too much of the mechanics or workings of it to get it going. Something just, yeah, just a little bit more for those price tags. But again, the cost of RAM and electronics and production costs and everything in this day and age right now, everything's going sky high. So I don't blame it for being that price. It's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. Hargeet, you want one of these? No.
Yeah, no, and again, it's the same kind of thing as if like if it had more sound effects or something like that, made it more interesting, right? So like you pull the trigger and it actually like fires, right? Not that it actually fires any propel, it's just it does like something, right? It gives you
It's
the actual
yeah.
sound of
Mhm.
right, and then you know if you like pull on like somewhere or whatever, you get the chainsaw, right?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Like
Yeah.
what the hey, right? Like do something. But yeah, again, I don't know. Like again, I'm sure people will buy this, and obviously it's sold out. The first round sold out, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
there are
Yep.
people who will actually buy it, and good for them. So and at that price, I'm assuming there's enough of a license fee that goes to Xbox, you know, to put this out there. So that's cool, right? What the heck? That's money they're making. That's great. If they want more, I guess it might be more interesting if it had more features to it. But again, there are plenty of people who collect, and
Yep.
for them, this might be totally fine. The pricing might be totally fine. I'm just not in that category, so it's I'd be happier if it was bundled with the game, right? Then I'd
Oh
look
yeah.
at it as okay, cool. I'll get the collector's edition. I'll have all this stuff, cool, right?
Yeah,
But
$300 for a collector's edition. Yeah, with
yeah,
that would be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
that I would do that, right? But so that's where it's kind of disappointing to me. Like I would rather it be something like that. But hey, fine. Again, as long as people are willing to buy it, I'm okay. Whatever, it's good. I'm not going to be investing in this, but I can definitely see others doing so. So
Yeah.
good for them. Make some money.
There you go. And if you want to see what Hargeet would look like sporting a Lancer,
There you go.
There you go.
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
It is pretty cool. Thanks to FARK QUE for that one.
Will said that the Lancers are up on eBay now for about $2,000.
Holy.
Wow. Wow.
Yikes. How about the Xbox? Is that up there?
It probably won't be too far behind it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
always a market. Somebody wants it, they'll pay it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And do you Hargeet, do you know if, and I'm asking this on the cuff, and if you know and you don't want to answer, don't have to. It's no big deal. But like I know that Fonz is also getting one of the collector's editions of the Xbox because he was there. Is he still considering selling his maybe, or do you know?
I don't
You have
know.
no idea. Yeah.
I don't know what he plans to do with it. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be $900, right? We got that was another story that seemed to
Right.
have broken. Is $900. Okay, if it's $900, is that going to be something that is going to be on eBay? I bet you it is. Are there going to be people who want to buy it who may not be able to get one? Sure. Again, I don't know what the supply of this thing is either, right? So I have my theory of what should happen, but I don't know if that's what they're going to do. But we'll see, right? So I don't know if that's even a topic. I don't know if we want to get into that one. Maybe we should just get into that one.
We can
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you have anything lined up, but what we found is that some leaks of it being $900 in Europe, right? And based on that, we're thinking it's gonna be $900 here, and that's reasonable given that it's a special edition. But we'll get everybody's thoughts on that, and then I can get into my rant. Anyway, so what do you think, Scrubners? If it's $900 for the X25?
Well, yeah, seeing that it's not a statue and it's a working Xbox, and hey, it's a good way to show you how much the next consoles are gonna cost when they come out. But it's a 25th anniversary. You automatically know it's gonna cost more. It's a 25th anniversary. You never know if you'll ever see another 25 years with a lot of companies. So yeah, this is gonna be expensive. It's going to sell out. Just like when they came out with the 2 terabyte with the like the Starlight on it.
Galaxy Edition.
Yeah, the Galaxy Edition. Those sold like hotcakes, but I mean at the beginning. So yeah, somebody's gonna buy it, especially because of the FOMO. Because look how many people got them for free when they went to FanFest, and they're gonna start showing them on their podcasts or whatever, unboxings, all that stuff. You're gonna see it in the background, and everybody who really is jealous of it and wants that same thing, they'll justify a way of spending it. Look, we're gamers. We justify spending a lot of money on a lot of stuff we don't need. Extra controllers when you already got 20. Getting a special edition of a video game when you really are just getting a digital code and not even getting a real disc. So we justify stuff for the things we want. So it looks cool to me. I love the way it looks. If I just had I got the money, but I just don't want to spend it for that because I'm not going to open it and use it. I'm still going to probably be on my PC, but it would be something great to have to just celebrate Xbox.
Yep. There you go. Cork?
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I love it. But yeah, $900. It's a pretty steep price tag for it. But again, it is limited edition. They're probably not going to have very many of these. And the ones that they do, they're probably going to sell out pretty fast. Of course, we went to FanFest, so we're lucky enough to get some as part of the FanFest deal, which is really, really cool. I'll probably open up mine just for an unboxing, but I'm not going to touch this for sure. I'm going to look at that showcase fan.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, that was even signed. Yep.
Ooh.
Autographed by Asha.
Fancy.
You talk about being like, if it was in front of her, like, can you autograph this to me? She's like, sure. Looked at me like, what a retard. But anyway, she was very accommodating, very nice person.
Security.
The man was standing behind me, and he's like 6 foot something. So yeah, she had no security needed. She was very safe.
No, yeah. So it's really cool. Like everything about this is just like awesome. I mean, you got that old school green hue of the outer casings of it for the.
Boy celebrates 18 months of membership.
Thank you, Broke Boy. Appreciate that.
Yeah. You get like, the old school green color of the see-through. You get to see the workings. It says Xbox 25. Like Scrubner said, not many companies are probably going to make it for, another 25 years. So, this thing's going to sell out. It's going to sell out pretty fast. $900, especially now, with the RAM costs. And we already know they said that they're paying 3 times as much more for the production of a console that they didn't have to pay for before. This thing is nice, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it just to show it off. But it's definitely going to stay in its case or in its box for a very, very long time.
Yeah. There is one point, and Hargeet, read this one because it's me, the Broke Boy. I saw the tweet myself. I don't know if I've got it to pull it up, but this is what Ryan McCaffrey said. I'll let you read that.
Yeah, Ryan McCaffrey, IGN, said he's wondering if the 25th anniversary console will even sell out at that price. Okay, I mean, we'll find out, but
we will.
What I think is going to happen is like this should be the one that they actually sell for the rest of the holiday. Now, if it's me, I go even further, but at least this is the one that's put out there. Why? Because it cuts back on the cost for them. Right, it's $900 instead of the $800, so that takes away some of the bite on them having to subsidize the console.
Yep.
But I would make it enticing as hell and say that we're not selling the normal one. You don't have to tell people, right? PlayStation does this all the time. Oh, we have
I think all Xbox content creators who were given the 25th anniversary console should have to do giveaways on their channels for the console. _Phil.
If they give us another one to give away, sure, but I'm keeping mine.
Yeah, right.
I actually give a
So
away.
So look, I would go further and say, like, you have 3 big games coming this holiday, and those games, 2 of them you own, and then one of them, well, you could say maybe Wolverine, but I think that's getting trounced by people, so I'm just going to put that aside for now. But GTA, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, and of course Gears E-Day, you have 2 of those yourself.
Do
A mass
anniversary console wrap, damn it.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But what I think you should do is for the rest of the holiday is you should just have bundle deals with every retailer that includes the physical edition of Gears, the physical edition of Call of Duty, and work with freaking Take-Two and say, we're going to pay for a physical freaking edition of GTA and bundle it with the X25 and see how that thing goes off the shelves.
For $11.50.
Just to slap Sony in the face and say, screw you, we're doing the absolute opposite. You want it? No problem. Go get an X25. You can get the physical edition of GTA 6, which will only be here. Have fun. Imagine that kind of balls to go do something like that. But that's what I would do. I would say this is the only one you're going to get. Not tell anybody, but just make it the only one. Because Sony does this all the time. They put in a bundle with the game that they just put out. And that is the only console you're buying for the holiday season, whether you realize it or not. They have pulled back on the rest of the console supply. They will only sell that bundle deal. Have fun. You're going to have to buy it. That's the way it is, right? You got 2 of the big games. Freaking bundle it in. Sell it for even higher. What are people going to do? They're going to buy it. It is what it is. Right? You want Call of Duty. If you could get GTA 6 physical edition as a exclusive thing bundled with this, good luck. Everybody's going to want to buy that thing. Everybody. I don't care what you guys tell me. That people will spend $1,000 to buy a GTA. They will. It's just that ridiculous. GTA has already made billions in pre-orders. They will buy. It's just the way it is. They will. And everybody's clamoring on the idea of physical, right? Put your money where your mouth is and put it in front of them and say, go ahead, pay. Go ahead and pay. Watch people line up to pay. Watch. That's what I would do. If it's me, that's what I would do.
That's a great idea, by the way. I absolutely fucking love that idea. I hope Asha is listening to that. I know she knows. Somebody pass that on to her. Hargeet is a genius. I love that idea. That is absolutely great. Make it the only thing that's available in stock is this. And you're going to have people that are like, oh, it's a collector's edition. I got to get it. Like myself. If I wasn't already getting one, I would buy one. But I'm already, and I may, who knows? Maybe broke boy. Maybe it's a good idea. Maybe I will buy one just to do a drawing to give it away. That would be fucking insane. Right? We have a lot of people tune in for that episode.
Yeah,
but don't you argue? That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I'm telling you, man, that is great because they don't. That's it. That was the only choice. And then the people that were, everyone's going to cause a panic to get them. Oh my gosh, I got one. Oh, I got one. You know, but it's all time said and done. It's like, oh, you got one too? Oh, cool. You ready? Oh, you know what I mean? It's like,
to be fair, how many people care?
Right.
People come up with these like limited edition thing. What does that necessarily mean? Does that mean it's limited to 10 people? 10,000 people? 100,000 people? 1 million people? 10 million people? Does it matter? Does anybody sit there and say, another million people have this? No, they just want the thing. That's it. I just want the thing. It doesn't matter how many people have it. 100 million people could have it. But it's like, well, I have mine. That's what matters. You want your thing. That's it, right? Like, I don't know if anybody's sitting there flexing, I'm one of 1 million. Like, who cares? It's like, you wanted something, you got it. That's it. Like, I don't think that ever matters, right? Like the limited edition, limited thing, I don't think that matters. It's how many people want it, how many people got it. That's all that matters. You just have to market it to that level. I don't think it really should matter that it's limited to that many people, this many people, this many people. It doesn't matter. Like, it's just set it out there. If people want to buy, let them buy. Make your money.
Yep. I agree. There was a comment I was going to pull up on the screen real quick, but where the frick did it go? Somebody had made the comment about the why so serious? Damn it.
Yes, for random commentator, yes, it does have a disk drive. You can kind of see it right behind the controller there.
Oh yes,
It is the one with the disk drive. It's a 1 terabyte with the disk drive.
Well, yeah, they were asking about about the collector's edition controller. There we go. Why so serious? Asked if it was going to be $100, right? I said no. I think it's going to be $79.99. I believe.
I think it's $80 so far.
Yeah, I think it's 80.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which would be, which is still,
which is in line. It's like, how much is the normal controller? $70,
I think
Yeah.
so.
or is it $80? Maybe it is just $80 now.
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, that's the thing about it though. It's that's awesome that those are available. I definitely am planning on getting at least a couple of the controllers in green, if I'm able to get them, and to do giveaways on the show with that. That's definitely what we're planning on doing, is give away some of those controllers. So, which will be
And the other thing that I'm a little annoyed with is they haven't announced, but they should have, a Gears console. That should have been one of the ones, a Gears console.
Mhm.
This and both of those bundles, that would have been fantastic. I already have this one, but to be fair, I would have preferred a Gears console.
Yeah.
If they made one that looked really freaking awesome. And look at the controllers. The controllers look fantastic. Just imagine a console with
That
a
black and
fantastic
red
design
one
like
is
that.
crazy.
It's like, right? It's like, why aren't you taking advantage of that? But anyway, I just think they're missing opportunities here, and they could just
Mhm.
easily make more money by putting out things like that, and people will buy just from the freaking like wanting to have it, like
Yeah.
mindset. People will buy it, even if it's a third console. They will buy it because they just want it, and you don't have to take a hit on it. You can just say it's a special edition. It's costing us more. Here's the cost. Pay it, right? And I
Mhm.
think people will pay it. There's a standard economics question of it's too expensive. Great, they're all expensive. So what? They still keep selling. So if you're gonna have a special edition, charge. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think this thing is gonna sell out. It just is what it is. Like this is just the world we're living in. The freaking $1,000 ROG Xbox Ally X sold out.
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 freaking portable. Like, come on.
Still
Folks
selling well,
want
too.
it. They'll find a ways to get it. I mean, people don't remember like Tickle Me Elmo and all these other things when it's limited edition and the
Yep.
kids want it, and now adults that have the money to buy it, they will find a way to get it. So yeah,
Yep.
I don't see anything limited edition in gaming right now not selling out when it's something like a collectible. Now, it could be a video game, digital or physical, and folks might or might not buy it. But a collector's item, yeah, because I definitely wanted that Fable one, and that was gone like that. I mean, it's 25th anniversary. They could say, for all their biggest games, Halo, we've had Halo consoles for a Gears, a Forza, and a Fable, and say, boom, here you go. We're celebrating Xbox in a big way, but I know that's just extra money. But I mean, Microsoft has it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Welcome out. Over 200 people watching us live. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. I really hope man, to me right now, I am so freaking loud and hot. I'm blowing everybody else away, but I'm telling you, it's like it's so loud in my ears right now. I want to talk softer because I feel like I'm overpowered. But okay, you guys set the standard. We'll go with that. But if you want to read any of this, Hargeet, a little bit.
So this is all. I think it's pre-release information. My guess is a lot of this might get announced at Gamescom. We'll see.
Mhm.
But exclusive reveal the price of the Xbox Series X25 in limited edition, as well as its release date set for Black Friday, 2026. So the price of the limited edition Xbox Series X25 console is revealed exclusively to be €899. And they're estimating that to also be $899. The price is equivalent to that of a PS5 Pro without a drive and costs €100 more than the Xbox. Oops, we dropped somebody. Okay, we're back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. It kicked me for a second.
It's all good.
Okay. And costs €100 more than the Xbox Series 1 terabyte with a drive. Release schedule for November 27th, 2026, which is Black Friday here in the US. Translucent OG green design inspired by the original Xbox console from 2001. The opening date for pre-orders remains unknown for the moment. again, I'm guessing something in that Gamescom timeframe kind of makes sense, but we'll see. And then it goes on Xbox unveiled a limited edition console and special edition controller at the Xbox Games Showcase last June, as we all know, because we were all sitting there except for Scrub Nurse. So we got to see it, and we got one for free. So fantastic announcement.
Except for Scrub Nurse.
Except for Scrub, sorry. WebDave is frozen for me on video. Does he look like he's working for you guys?
Yeah, there was a problem, I guess, when we were going on to that website. It froze everybody. It did me the same thing. I had to tell my Microsoft to don't block the site.
I was about to say, I know, Dave, you just had a birthday, but you're another year older, but falling asleep on stream. I was about to say,
I know, geez.
It's like
hilarious, right? The image that he has there.
It's like he's
that's
asleep.
pretty funny.
Can you not hear me?
So
Now
we can hear
can't
you fine. Yeah, we
Okay.
can hear you. It's
You're
just that
frozen
your
on the
video
screen.
is just frozen.
It looked like you were asleep. Like it captured
Yeah,
right
and
when
it had
you
a
closed
picture
your
of you,
eyes.
like, yeah, with your eyes closed. So it just looked funny, and it's still like that.
What?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with your video feed, but maybe you need to like plug your camera or something like that.
Yeah.
But either way,
That might
but yeah,
fuck
so
up. Sorry.
so this looks like it's a cool, like, it's coming eminently as far as the pre-orders. And again, I would just make this the only console. Don't take as much of a hit, right? It's okay because it's limited edition. People will accept it. Will they buy it? That's up to them, right? But it is a special edition, therefore I think it's acceptable to have a higher cost. So fair enough, right? I mean, you're putting out a Lego set for $330. So gee, a console being 100 more, I don't see that being a huge deal. Now, as far as the market, it sucks. It totally sucks. Console prices are ludicrously high. I
Right.
totally agree with that. But where we are is where we are, right? I can't change that reality. They can't change that reality because of where we are, right? And hopefully component prices come back down to some realistic level. And hopefully that happens in the next few years. I don't know when, but it hopefully will happen. But right now we're in the lunacy land, and it is what it is. And this is kind of the cost of what it's going to be. Like this is how much it is for the other side too. The Switch 2 is going up to 500 next month, is it? I think it goes up in September. I think that was the time frame, right? So you have that going up in price as well.
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
Gosh.
the camera frozen thing is hilarious. Dave frozen. But yeah, so overall, I think it's a cool, like, new console. At least they're doing something. I think that has also been very lacking, both sides, to be fair, on, major releases come out and you have a special edition console. It used to happen all the time, and people would buy them because they were so cool looking.
Right.
And now it's kind of just like gone by the wayside. I know there's like a Wolverine one too, right? There's a Wolverine. I think it's just the plates, but that's the way it works with PlayStation. You have the plates on a bundle deal, right? And they have a controller with a Wolverine thing on it. I think there should be more of these, right? They're kind of interesting, especially for larger games. I'm surprised there's not one for GTA. Maybe there will be one, but GTA is kind of a big one. You would expect that there would be bundle deals for that, and I haven't seen anything yet. But that's another one I would look at. And again, as I said, Gears, it's sitting there waiting to be done. You have a current gen only Call of Duty coming out, and by all looks, right, from people who are playing it, they like it. It looks like it's going to do well. Bundle it. Like, have the balls to say you own Call of Duty and freaking bundle it. Like, I just don't understand why that's such a big deal. It has to be cheaper. No, it does not. You can still charge $70 more for the bundle. People will buy it because it's got an Xbox that has the logos and what they want it. It
Mhm.
just is what it is. I don't understand the need to just say no to taking money from people who want to give it to you. I don't understand that. Why would you not do this? But maybe I just don't understand the economics of it. That's totally fair. But I just see people want things and you don't give it to them, and they're willing to dish out money. And you're like, why would you not
Yes.
just take the money? Like, what are you doing? All right, well, whatever. My rant over.
But no, you make some really good points. I'm gonna leave my mic.
You're gonna leave your camera off? He cut out for me.
Yeah, he kind of bought it just a little bit.
Are you back, WebDave? Can you say stuff? Yeah, I don't, I don't know what's going on with Dave's.
Yeah, the stream's still working, but he's having some
Yeah.
technical difficulties.
Looks like something's going on his machine or whatever.
But like the Call of Duty,
What do you guys think?
that Elite controller that they had for Black Ops was 6. I bought that in a hot second, man. I was like, yeah, I'm getting it. And it was an Elite version. And I spent the extra, $150, $170 for the controller because I like Call of Duty and you made a special edition controller for it. You know, some people had the wraps. And I think for almost every first party game, when you come out, that it at least have a wrap if you want to put it around your the console. At least a wrap, or put it in the studio if you want the controller, and you don't have to say, oh, we're only going to make 1,000 of these controllers. They can go into Design Lab and say, hey, I want the Design Lab with the faceplate for such and such game. And then you just order it, you buy it, and it comes to your house. Just like anything else that they do in the Design Lab. If you can make your own controller with every color under the rainbow on it, and they will personalize it and send it to your house, I think you should be able to do that for pretty much all accessories that they have for the game. Because, I mean, it's just printing money when you do those kinds of things. People will buy the games, but they also want to say, hey, I was part of this culture and I have something that's limited edition. So I'm glad that they're doing it. Like I said, $900 is expensive, but it's a working Xbox. So it's a special edition. It's not a like the OG Xbox, you put the pieces together and it just sits on your shelf. It's a working Xbox and a controller. I would never use it if I bought it. Even if it wasn't in the box, it sat on the shelf. I wouldn't want to ruin it by, tearing up the triggers or the sticks and stuff like that. But it's a great idea, and I wish they would do more of it.
Agreed. I
Man,
back,
you're
Dave.
like, yeah, you were kind of there for a second, and now you're gone again, right?
Baby, come back.
I know, right?
All right, I'm gonna.
There we go.
So TTS has an indicator on there that they are having issues on their end. It says service status is limited. So I'm thinking it's an internet issue at some point. A bottleneck maybe has occurred. I'm gonna do the testing again real quick to make sure that still is functioning. Bear with me a second.
Okay. But right now, you're actually coming in okay as far as audio.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Yep, that came in.
Yep.
That came in as
All right.
well. Yep.
So this is not. I don't think this is a Dave thing because everything else is working. I think it's just an internet bottleneck, and sometimes around the country things do happen. I know the internet's supposed to be perfect 24/7. It's not.
Not really.
So
It's supposed to be a PS blackout, Dave, not a WEBDAVE blackout.
That's what it is. Well, maybe this is affecting everybody because everybody's like, "Fuck the blackout."
All right, Cork, your thoughts.
Yeah, no, like I said, I think they should do more of this stuff. I'm liking the direction that they're going with the Lancers, the Xbox. They just gotta, but again, it's just the way the economy is. Everything's super pricey right now. To do any kind of manufacturing or any kind of production, there's so many added in costs and licensing, and we've just convoluted and make it so difficult to get really, really cool stuff without, making people having to take out a second mortgage for their home. Like I said, like right there, the Gears of War guitars. That's so cool. Like I'm loving the direction that Xbox is going with some of their stuff. It's definitely making a very premium type feeling kind of a brand. But again, with the premium feel brand, you get premium prices. And it's not like, I mean, I make pretty decent money in this stuff. I can afford, but still, like, I don't want to have to pay these crazy prices when I know that they were cheaper, 6 months ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. And it's just like, it makes it so hard to like really buy into a fandom when you're having to pay thousands of dollars to get really, really, really cool stuff that shouldn't be that price. But I'm loving the direction they're going with this. Like, do more of this kind of stuff. Really functional, great, really cool stuff. Like you said, the Call of Duty controller, perfect example of that. Functional, you could use it. It's more than just a set piece. Same thing with this guitar. You can play it. It looks cool. It probably sounds great. What is it? A Gibson Gibson. Yeah, it's functional. The console absolutely functional, looks great. It's a smart move, and I'm liking where they're going. So I hope they continue down this path with some really, really cool designs, cool functioning things that can get people invested in the brand that just don't have to pay an arm and a leg for a lot of it.
Yeah, people like personalization. I mean, I don't need a special cup for water, but my boss got it, and that's what I drink out of all the time. I mean, and it's
Nice.
just because I'm a nurse, and I was like, cool, hey, so that's my water bottle. But so just put slap Xbox on everything. Somebody's gonna buy it.
that my friend definitely could ring true. Could ring true for sure.
Oh, did he go away again?
I
Just
hope
sleep
not.
again.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like this this marketing push, right? That they're pushing everywhere. And Gibson isn't exactly a no name. It's a pretty well recognized
Yeah, that's not
high-end
cheap.
guitar. So that's a pretty cool like collab, right? But anyway, yeah, so good stuff. I don't know if we want to like move on to the next one. We've been talking about this for a while now.
Yeah, I
Um,
think so.
So I don't know if you're there, WebDave. Let's just talk about the blackout because that one doesn't need much more in the background. So PlayStation has a blackout, supposedly fan pushed blackout to. Oh, I guess he's gonna drop and come back in. All right.
Bye, Dave.
Yeah, hopefully he comes back soon. But basically that they're gonna not turn on their console and not log in and no purchases of games starting on the 30th. Sorry, going all the way to the 30th. What is the potential for this to do anything? What do you guys think? Let's start with you, Cork. Cork, you
Nothing.
seem to hate this whole baloney thing, right? So
Yeah, this isn't going to do. I mean, come on. Let's plan our PS blackout between the Call of Duty beta and Netflix special of GTA 6. People aren't going to turn their consoles on for that. They're going to stand their ground. No, 99% of the casual people that they don't even know this blackout exists. It's going to be a blip on like their DAUs or for the week. Their daily active users. It's not going to do much for this, and you pick the worst week to really test somebody's like principles on standing their ground when you have something like two behemoths, probably the two biggest games in our industry and IPs. You're telling
Yes.
people not to turn on a console for. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. So it's completely silly. This you really want to make real change. You can't do it for like a week. Look what happened with Destiny. Did you learn nothing with Destiny? We're going to go support the game, and you did it for 3 days, and then the numbers crashed even lower than what they were before. That's not going to send a message to Sony to, hey, we should keep this alive. This is stuff that you have to do for a month, at least bare minimum 2 months, to get real change to happen. And they doubled down, and they did that the whole stone cold double middle finger to their fans when they just released that whole you don't own your game, make sure you read your TOS, you don't own your game. They literally Dave Chappelle'd you, and it's like, why? Because F them, that's why. It's
Yeah.
basically exactly what Sony's doing to you right now. So this boycott's not going to do much. They're just laughing at it because they already know once GTA 6 releases in 2 months, their MAUs, DAUs, all the money that they lost in this one little week. I'm going to put lost. All the money they lost in this 1 week of blackout, they'll make in 1 hour of GTA 6 releasing. So it's or probably 5 minutes of GTA releasing. So it's not going to do much. I think this is complete. There's better ways to fight this. And the thing is, Wolverine's coming out. And I'm not saying, I'd hate to say like, boycott a developer. They work hard. I'm a former developer myself. You work hard for these games, and I'd never want to see a developer really fail. But you're going to go out and buy Wolverine, and it's
Exactly.
What are you doing there? You really want to make real change, you have to stand your ground, and you can't pick pick and choose what you want to stand your ground on, because then your movement means nothing. They know it's fickle, and you won't stand if you don't stand for something. You'll never stand for nothing in that kind of sense, and that's just how I look at it.
Yeah. There is this comment, which is 100% true. So yeah, Scrub, what do you think?
Do y'all remember, since we're older gamers, some older, some younger than the others, how you
Rub it
would
in.
get? Hey, I didn't say who. But you know how you would get these chain mails, chain messages on like MySpace and Facebook. I was saying, oh, these gas prices are ridiculous. So everybody, next week on Tuesday, if the whole country doesn't buy a drop of gas, we're going to really show it to them, and they're going to change the gas prices. Because look how much money Shell and BP and Exxon are all going to lose. And nobody does it. You might have 15 people who are just so serious about it, but people have to go to work. People got things to do. Everybody's not going to rush to the gas station on Monday so they can skip on Wednesday because somebody said so on the internet. And this is what now the younger people are learning. This is not going to work. Like Corkenstein said, the beta right now for Call of Duty is for people who purchased the pre-order or you got Game Pass. Guess what's next week? For all the people who didn't have to buy the game, it's free for anybody to try it. So you think those folks who didn't pre-order this time, especially on PlayStation, are going to skip the chance to play it for free and see what the game is about, especially after everybody says whether they like the game or not? People are going to want to check it out. It's not going to work. I understand the premise, but like Corkenstein says, it has to be the largest of largest numbers, and it also has to be sustained. Let's just say it's for the people who buy all their first party games. And
Wolverine suck. Everybody stop and wish.
did it stop?
Oh wow. It's still cutting out from WebDave.
Oh, God.
But anyways, I'll just read it then.
Mhm.
Wolverine sucks. Everybody stop and wish WebDave a happy birthday. And last but not least, play my damn theme song. Oh yeah, shout out to all the bots. And that's from P-Lump. $5.
We appreciate it, P-Lump. Yeah, it's just if you take what each first party game that they buy, what on a good game they might 10% of the base will buy it. Even if 10% say we will not purchase anything or turn on our PlayStation for a week or 2 weeks, however long this is, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to see the hurt, because PlayStation has found out that's why they didn't want Call of Duty to go over to Xbox, is because they get a bigger purchase amount from stuff like games as a service, NBA 2K. You getting shark cards from GTA, all these different things that you're spending. Madden, when you pay those cards for the games, FIFA, all that stuff, football club, whatever you want to call it. They make extra money hand over fist every single day, whether you buy a brand new game or not. If you keep playing the old games, they still make money because people will spend. So it's really not going to hurt PlayStation's bottom line. I understand it, but it's a little bit too late because you've already taught PlayStation and Sony how to treat you as a fan base.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know who went last, so I don't want to be out of.
Yeah, so I think both Cork and Scrub both talked about it. I guess my turn. I don't know if you heard any of it, WebDave, but
You go ahead. It'll be fine.
All right. So yeah, I don't know that this is going to do much. Unfortunately, like the only way to really make a difference is to just stop buying. You have to hurt their bottom line, and good luck. I don't know how many PlayStation fans actually have the I guess fortitude to just, or balls to just not buy. We will see. It really comes down to like you mentioned, hey, GTA is coming out, like Wolverine is coming out, Call of Duty. Are you not going to buy those games? Okay, because that'll do something, right?
Right.
Now, is that fair to those games? No. it is on that platform. Now, thankfully, these games are also outside of Wolverine on other platforms, so you could engage with those games elsewhere if that is what you want to do. But that may not be something most people have access to, right? So if PlayStation's a platform they're on, they don't have access to a powerful enough PC, and they don't want to buy an Xbox or even a Switch 2 to play some of these games. You're not playing GTA there. Then what do you do? How do you go forward, right? So the answer is if you don't like what's happening, you just disengage, and that's going to be the answer. We will see if they want to do that, right? The other alternative is buy your platform that you're not happy with's competitor. Go buy that and make that loud and clear that I'm specifically walking away from this platform because of that. And it comes down to money. It always comes down to money. It's going to come down to hitting the board and the shareholders with profit issues, right? If they see that and they're like, well, what happened? That's the only time that they're going to make changes. So ultimately, like, here's a classic example of that. Last year, Call of Duty came out and did not do well, right? It did well for a Call of Duty. It did not do well. It did well
Correct.
for a normal game, but it didn't do
Correct.
well for a Call of Duty, from which a massive sea change happened at Xbox. That's literally
Yes.
what happened.
Yes.
Right. That following, after that holiday, like, hey, this didn't hit. Oh, wait, this is probably not going to get read, right? Because WebDave's not here. So I'll just read it later. But because of that, we came into a whole new management structure, a whole shift in strategy. Activision themselves came out and said, we will not do that again, because putting out Black Ops 6 and then 7 subsequently with a sort of minor tweak and giving you something that wasn't really a fully fledged new game, they're just not going to do it. And that's the right answer, right? And that was a pushback
Right.
because people spoke with their wallet and said, yo, this sucks. I'm not buying it. Right? That's what works. And it worked. Like
Yeah.
Microsoft turned around, the
Yes.
company that makes like $1 billion in profit every freaking day, turned around and said, oh, we need to do something different.
Yeah.
Okay. And if they can move,
Mhm.
believe me that Sony would do the same if you hit their bottom line. If
But
they
it's
suddenly
not
went
Wolverine.
into
You have to not buy GTA.
Yeah.
If you don't buy Wolverine, it's not going to hurt them. But if you don't buy GTA 6, then that'll hurt them.
And COD, you have to double
Yes.
dip and say, I'm not buying the two things that are going to drive your profit this holiday. I'm not buying. You have to make that stand. Good luck. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they've already made their money on pre-sales for those things. So good luck. But that's the problem with this. So you have to have enough people care that it hits their bottom line and their profit drops to a very low amount or goes negative. Then they will 100% turn it around and come back with, oh, no, we're sorry. We're going to, because they want their money. That's it. The only thing that drives
is
them.
not going to PC. I don't think that's going to work in the long run.
How that plays out, right?
Yeah.
But either way, so I don't know that this is going to make a material difference. I mean, I'm for trying to change the industry. That's great. I don't know that this is going to actually do any of that, though. So sad, but that's the way the blackout goes. Are we back, WebDave?
Well, in theory. Can you hear me?
It sounds a lot better.
Hear you.
We're going to keep our fingers crossed.
Yeah. All right. Shall we go on from this? WebDave, do you have any thoughts?
I do not. So let's move on. I put in the chat before I got kicked there last time. One of the things I was going to go to, but I figured you might want to pull it up instead and see if it looks better on your side, since I'm having some issues in this side of the town.
All right. Let's see.
First time, I apologize to everybody for just giving this. Sorry.
Share.
Share. Sailor, and I will call back in.
Okay. So Jamie Moran. Shout out to Jamie Moran. I've played the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 campaign mission, WoW Infinity Ward, and the other studios cooked the most realistic looking COD ever from the Xbox Series X. So this is his footage from the Series X.
Yeah, there should be a little at the bottom if you want to make it full screen without going into.
I don't know if I can do anything because I'm not a subscriber. So, if I click on something, I think it's going to just say, "Do you want to subscribe?" So,
no. So yeah, no. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
don't worry about it. Don't worry, it's all good. My bad.
So This is the best I can do. I'm sorry.
No,
Uh,
no, it's absolutely fine.
You're just missing like the bottom like 20%. So you're just missing
Yeah.
kneecaps and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I can try and
Um,
pull off your Hargeet if you want me to do that. Let's just.
that's fine.
see what
But I guess Scrub, take it away. You're the Call of Duty dude, right? So, have you been able to play? I assume you have played.
Yes, I've been on call this weekend, but I definitely had a chance to play. And shameless plug, once we finish tonight, I'm going to be streaming Call of Duty until I'm too tired. And then I'm off Monday, Tuesday. The beta will still be on, so you can come check that out too. I got several things about the game. This game, if you are a casual or you haven't played Call of Duty in a very long time, you are going to probably like a lot of the stuff that they do for this game. The audio, what I'll say first with the audio is fantastic. It's the best sounding Call of Duty. They've upped themselves better than last year. I thought Black Ops 7 was the best audio, but they made differences with whatever magazine you have in your gun. Sometimes on the SMG, to keep it light, you might have a plastic magazine. When you take that magazine out and it drops on the concrete, it sounds like plastic dropping on concrete. But if you're standing on a car and you drop that magazine on top of a car, it sounds like plastic hitting metal. It's a totally different sound. It's great. If you like the older school Call of Duties, the dashboards are kind of back to that old feeling, like original Modern Warfare or Modern Warfare 2. If you hate it, Omni moving, where everybody's jumping all over the walls and flipping over your head, they took that out. They made the game move faster. You still have sliding, but some of the stuff where you didn't have to worry about spinning around all over the air just to try to shoot somebody.
@the_easy celebrates 26 months of membership.
Happy birthday, Mr. Stroker. I mean, WebDave. Tell me, what's your favorite scary movie? Let me guess, Dracula.
That was pretty good, David. That's cool.
Mr. Stroker.
Thank you, Daisy. As BTS was meant to be. Oh my goodness.
Maybe I should get these other ones. I'll get them.
Yeah,
right
go
after
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, let me get these.
Yeah.
All right, so we
Yeah,
have
go ahead.
Mac. Do what I did. Sell your PS5 and buy a RX-AX with the money. What's RX-AX? I'm not sure.
I think
what that is.
Xbox or ROG X by Ally X or whatever.
Okay, ROG X.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mhm.
All right, fair enough. P-Lump, $2 in the Trump voice, which I'm not going to even bother with. Fuck PlayStation because Trump said so.
There you go. Oh, there you go. Well, I could. Wait, hang on. Let me try one thing, Hargeet. Let's just see. Yeah, because I was. Let's see. If it. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Fuck PlayStation because Trump said so.
There we go.
That's
Everybody-
pretty
worked.
good. That's
There we go.
pretty good.
All right, sorry, Scrub. Go ahead.
No, you're good. The time to kill on this game, I think is a little too fast. But if you're a person who have a lot of trouble keeping the gun on a person and getting those kills, this will help you out. Skill-based matchmaking is skewed toward people who are not as good in the game. They have two versions. The one is based on your skill, and then one that is loosely based on your skill, which is the open matchmaking, and that's full of all your Call of Duty professionals, and it is sweaty as hell. Don't do it. Even if you want to, go for it. But I think with skill-based matchmaking, if it needs to be fixed, this is coming from a nerd about the game, you don't have two different versions. You have one version so you don't split up the base. Everybody plays together and you just fix it according to that way. But the guns feel amazing. They actually show recoil. Some of the games, when you shoot the gun, it does not move. That is not how a gun works in real life. So just like in Battlefield, the new Battlefield, this one, it has shake. You have your recoil, visual recoil, just like a real gun should be. And I really like that. That's, I like to shoot guns and have fun. So I like that realistic if you give me that same recoil. Also next week, if you do have a Switch, to, it'll be on Switch next week, and they'll also have Warzone available. Right now, you can play the maps, multiplayer. You can play one campaign, which Jamie ran, what we just finished showing right there. You get to play one part of the campaign, and you can do a lot of different things in there, and it's phenomenal right now, and it is made for people who are worried about, I'm not as good as I used to be, or I've never been good at the game. It makes it more friendly for more people to jump in the game and enjoy themselves. Because that's what a lot of people don't like to play multiplayer games, because they're not good at it. And they'll go, I'll spend the $80 on the game, but I won't play 75% of it because I only want to play the campaign. So they're making it a little bit easier for it. It looks great. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I'll have a couple of days to play on it, and then next week it's open for anybody who wants it. All you got to do is just download the beta, and you can play it from PlayStation, Xbox, GOG, Steam, Switch, and all that stuff. So I'm loving the game. It's one of those things you say, well, Scrub Nurse, you love everyone that comes out. I don't love everyone that comes out, but what I do is I adjust to the game. If they change stuff, I just learn how to play with what they change, and that's how I keep playing with it. So, what do y'all guys think about it?
Cork, your thoughts?
Yeah, I've been playing it. I think I got to like 13 earlier today, like level 13 or 14 or something like that. Yeah, it feels good. It feels like he said, the older Modern Warfares. I was using the shotgun, just wrecking people pretty much. It's so insane. It's just like a one shot. Yeah, that thing is brutal from like close to mid range. And then yeah, it's fun. Like the Omni movement is gone. They do have some like a blend of it in a sense, because like you said, they have the sliding, they have some of the wall mounting. You can still lay down backwards,
Yes.
That kind of thing. So they did like a little hybrid of it. So it doesn't have that. It has a more, I guess, simulation feel than it does arcadey. And that's always been the Modern Warfares. The Black Ops is where you go for the arcade style gameplay. Modern Warfare has always been a little bit more grounded in its terms of multiplayer and things like that. So yeah, it's really fun. I've been enjoying it. I heard some stuff about the skill-based matchmaking, but I wasn't like too brushed up on it. I did hear, that they want to move away from the open matchmaking or open SBMM, because it was causing higher quit rates. It was showing lower player satisfaction, because like you got to think, if you're, like you said, it's just filled with the hardcore sweats. And nobody wants to be playing a Call of Duty where you're getting spawn camped, and the second you step out of that spawn, that's it, you're dead, that kind of thing. And that's the type of players, people that have memorized the spawn points, people that know every inch of these maps, the tunnels, all that, the lanes and everything for choke points, that kind of stuff. They max their weapons out. They already figured out what the meta is 5 minutes from the game, like the beta releasing. So that's the type of players you're playing against when you have open matchmaking, and it's just not good for anybody.
Yeah.
So with that, it's cool. I'm really digging all that stuff. I haven't played the campaign mission, because I think you could play it with this beta, right?
Yeah, I played it today. I will say the movement is like cut in half in the campaign versus multiplayer. If you've been playing the multiplayer a lot, it feels like your feet are stuck in the mud when you play the campaign. But it is great visually, audio, and all that stuff. I enjoyed it.
I'll have to check that out, because I usually, for multiplayer, I turn my graphic settings down to like low or medium.
I do
to get
same.
the extra frames, and then for campaign full, I have a 4090, so it just goes to the max, whatever it is.
Yeah,
this is a good Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
Yeah, I said I got the 5070 Ti. I do that for the campaign. Yeah.
Yeah. This thing is looks great. It plays great. Feels like the old school Call of Duty. So I'm liking the direction they're going with. We'll see on release what actually happens. Everybody loves the betas when they come out, and then 2 weeks later, everyone's complaining about it. The balance is off. The meta doesn't feel right. This, and this. And then we'll see what happens. But It's yeah, whether I'll buy it, I don't know if I'll buy it. I didn't buy the last Call of Duty. I mean, it was in Game Pass, but still, I probably wouldn't have bought it. My preferences have changed a lot with playing multiplayer games, but it depends. If my friends get it, I'll probably end up buying it just to have some multiplayer games with them. But overall, I could see this Call of Duty doing very, very well, going a little bit back to its roots. And that's on brand for Xbox right now. It's going back to your roots, going back to level setting. So it fits with the brand.
Yeah.
Hargeet?
Yeah, I mean, I have not played it. Oh, hey, WEBDAVE's back. Hey. But as far as Call of Duty, I usually play the campaign. I'm assuming this campaign is going to be better than the really annoying campaign from 7. Black Ops 7, I was looking forward to it.
Ever.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it because it's co-op, and then the way it played out was so terrible. I'm like, I gave up. I'm like, I can't do this. So I'm hoping the campaign will be better. It looks visually pretty good. And again, I haven't played through it, so I don't know what it's going to land like. We'll find out. But I'm hoping it does well. I hope they've corrected all the issues they had from previous games, and they especially Black Ops 7, and it'll be good, right? So we will see what they do with it. So I'm hoping it'll be good, and they'll have a good release that will sell well, and reward them for the right moves, right? That's kind of the thing you want to have. I'm sure there'll be shortcomings here and there in comparison to other ones. But the question is, on the whole, is it a better game than what they did with Black Ops 7? And I would hope it is. And again, what I hear from people who are playing it is pretty good, right? So I haven't heard a lot of negativity towards it yet. So we will see. Sometimes there are things that are just not right, and you find that out later. Fine, we'll find out, right? So one of the things I did bring up on, I think it was on C Money's, is one thing I noticed is that Call of Duty has like this big, massive budget. It's a big, game, and yet it never seems to get consideration in that like game of the year. And I don't know if that's always justified. In some cases, it fully is.
Right.
But in some cases, I think they do have a compelling story. They have very high-end visuals. They give you a complete package of multiplayer and single player, and they don't really ever get consideration in that realm, mostly because it's Call of Duty and people just ignore it. And I'm like, well, why though? What exactly takes it out of contention? So if the game is good, if the story is good, and Modern Warfare, this is, I think, a rehash of the original, right? Why wouldn't
it's an extension of 3? It's continuing the story.
So is it possible that this could be in that realm? I don't know. We'll see when it lands how good it is. But one of the things I do find a little annoying, especially when it comes to any Xbox game, is that there's always this like gloss over of like, but wait, that's not a game of the year contender. But why? What is it about their games? And what is it about Call of Duty? Literally one of the biggest budgets outside of GTA. Why is that game not in consideration if it's a good landing game? If the game lands well, it does really well on the story side, multiplayer side, overall package is good. Why is that not considered a potential in that realm? But hey, we'll see, right? I just find that a little disappointing. Black Ops 6, for instance, had a lot of different areas it did contend in, but won nothing. I'm like, okay, why? Like, where's the miss? What is it that is missing?
It's just like the Oscars. They want a prestige movie versus Arnold Schwarzenegger shoot 'em up to win best movie.
And the last time I remember that not being the case, right, was Lord of the Rings, right? We had Titanic was one this big, budget, big revenue and all that stuff. But the last time I remember the Oscars actually following a large blockbuster, movie was Lord of the Rings, the final one, where they like basically swept everything, right? It's like, well, okay, cool, because it's based on a really good book, I guess. So that maybe that made it viable, but I just think that should just blindly be based on what the game is doing. As far as changing things, how much is perceived by the customers and by the critics. Is it good at all? If it is good, it should be in that contention. But I've seen games that rate less and get nods for gaudy, and I'm like, well, why not this? Stupid thing to bring up, I suppose, but it's just my little pet peeve that just gets overlooked every time. high budget game. Why is it not something that's in contention? But anyways, I have not engaged with the beta at all. But hopefully it's a good game and it works out well for them. We'll see as more and more people play it. It's not that far off. It's coming pretty soon. We'll get to play this thing, right, and see what happens. It's also the first one not in Game Pass stand date. So we'll see what that does for sales.
It's going to make a killing because I think because it's a better game and plus you have to buy it or wait a year. It's obviously going to make a lot more money.
All right.
I think to add to your point about the game of the year, I think it wouldn't set a bad precedent, but they release so frequently, it's hard to really make it a distinction of what it's really doing different other than minor little tiny things, improvements. Like it'd be like Madden winning best game, sports game of the year. It'd be like, oh okay, like, same thing with Call of Duty. It's more of the same, just doing, this little tiny improvements here and there, but it doesn't really change the overall core of what the game is. And I think that's what they're looking for, are games that are really pushing the envelope. And it's truly something special that would hold, other than Astrobot, but that would Astrobot wasn't a bad game. Astrobot wasn't a bad game. It was a love letter to it was a love letter to PS, which is why all the media just went ape shit for it. But in the same sense, though, I mean, it was a typical platformer, that you get everywhere else. It just had PlayStation plastered all over it. But with that, it would be the same thing. They're looking for something special, something unique, like a Expedition 33. That was a game of the year. That was truly something special. That was a kind of a once not in a once in a generation, but at least something that wasn't just continually spit out every year with the bare minimum being done.
And they changed up the way to play a turn-based game as well. Yeah. They made some ads that other folks were not doing. So that really turned it on its head. Call of Duty, even if it's the greatest story in the world, you still got a gun and you're pointing and you're shooting people and talking trash. So I don't think they'll ever get anything winning, maybe sound design or something like that. But I do think it's a game worth trying. And like I said, if you don't want to try it or you don't want to spend the money, it's free for everybody to check out next weekend. So it's worth that at least.
It's very true.
All right. So next up, let's see if we can share this one. I don't know, WebDAV, are you back or are you still kind of having issues?
I am back on my mobile so I can figure out what the hell is going on with the internet. So.
All right. I will just bring this up. All right, so add to stage. So we have Sony's emailing out. Hey, reminder, you don't own shit. We own it. F you, fuckers.
I love how you did that. That was awesome.
Brilliant.
All right. Try to read what this actually says. The license to you, the software is licensed to you, not sold. You are granted a limited, non-exclusive, non-transferable, and personal license to play or use the software for your private, non-commercial use on the system or device it was intended for. This license is only effective from the indicated software release date, early access date, or beta release date. Any rights in the software that we do not say are granted to you in this license are reserved, including all intellectual property in the software. There's more fun stuff to go through, but whatever. But that's basically the terms that they're trying to remind people of, so that you don't take any potential option of saying that I in any way own anything I ever buy. So, Cork, your thoughts?
This is what I was saying. This is exactly what we were talking about. It's the big, Stone Cold Steve Austin double middle finger to those consumers. It's just is what it is. And to be fair, this is something that has been always the case. That's the thing that frustrates me is you have these movements that are coming in that are talking about oh, we need to keep a physical media, and it's like, dude, physical media hasn't been physical media for at least the last gen in the way that it was previous gens, where you had the full game on the disc. to where, yes, you have a physical disc, but it means more than that. Even with that case, you still didn't, even with the full game on that disc, you still don't own it, because what's going to end up happening is if you ever get your account banned, that disc and access goes away. You still can't access that disc. At least now on this gen. Previously, yes, you could. But now with this last gen, it really hasn't been the same, and that's the wrong fight people are fighting for. It's not about having just a disc you can hold and plug in or insert into a CD drive. It's that's you're fighting the wrong fight there. You should be looking about your digital ownership, your actual ownership of the game. Having a disc doesn't mean you get to own it, and that's basically what Sony's telling you here. That's been the case with Xbox. That's been the case with PlayStation. I think Nintendo's the only one that actually gives you full game. But I mean, even then, with their access,
But that's changing.
yeah, that's going to change too. And still, like I said, it's the whole online aspect. If there's any online aspect to that game, you're still beholden to what Nintendo deems as if you're the license holder or not. Or if you could still play that game without the internet. It's the same thing. It's not going to change very much. So all Sony's doing is reminding you something that's been the case for a long time now. Stop fighting the wrong fight. Start fighting for your digital media ownership. That's the one that actually matters. Like GOG. GOG is a great platform where they give you all the files to the game on your PC. You actually, once you buy it, you actually own that game. You could do whatever you want with that title. You could do whatever you want. They can try and pull it from you. You still own that whole entire game, all the files, everything on your computer. Again, I've mentioned this before. Xbox tried to do this a while back with their digital rights management stuff, but everybody just crapped on them. And again, they didn't present it in the best light, so that is on Xbox for doing that. But we would be selling our digital games right now if we had the Xbox One launch the way they wanted it. Xbox would be the platform for your digital rights games. Yes, so what? You had to be online 24/7 for the most part. What are you doing with this? You're online 24/7 already with this. You're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, you're on I was gonna say MySpace, but no one's been on MySpace for years. You're on Instagram, you're always online no matter where you're at work, you're online now. Whether you're sitting at home and watching streaming Netflix, that's still being online. You can't get away from being online anymore. We're past that age, and yeah, that's just the case. And Xbox saw that, but again, they hit the curve a little too soon in usual true fashion, and it blew up in their face. Of the 5 gifted.
Yeah, I'll mention if I was serious, gifts 5 WebDave memberships.
Thank you.
Yeah. So that's the case, and that's why it's just silly. Like, this is exactly what Sony's been doing. This is exactly what Xbox has been doing. They're just not so open about it. This is pretty much PlayStation telling you, who cares? You dumbasses haven't read the TOS. So we're just reminding you don't own your games. And it's of course going to rile up people and get them angry again to fight the wrong fight. But again, digital rights management, fight for that instead of a plastic disc that will end up going away in 10, 15 years anyways.
Exactly.
All right. So before Scrub starts, Scrub Nerds Gaming gets 20 WebDave memberships.
Thank you, Scrub Nerds. My goodness.
Oh,
Thank you.
No problem. Thank y'all.
Much love to you, sir.
Scrub, your thoughts?
Well, like Music 72 said in the chat, isn't this how it's been for like forever? Yeah. It's just we just didn't realize. Well, I ain't gonna say we. There's a lot of people just didn't realize it. There are gamers who game all day that just didn't realize it. Because when PlayStation went down, and then some people in the Xbox ecosystem went down because it wasn't all across on Xbox. They tried to put their disc in, and they tried to play a game that they own the disc, and when they put it in, they could not play the game, even though they had the disc. So it is right now the way we're at in the system. We have not been owning our games for over a decade now. Over that. You've been ever since you were getting these midnight releases and you could start downloading games straight from the cloud digitally, and then they start giving you that disc, and that disc, all it did was stick it in there and say, all right, hey, it's in this console, download it. That's how it's been. And, not to say that it's correct, not to say that's what it should be, but I think a lot of us should have raised hell a long time ago. You raising hell about it now, you might as well say no more digital games. Everything has to be downloaded. And guess what? No more day one patches when your game is all screwed up and got all these problems, because the best ecosystem that made everything work was cartridges. The old Nintendos, SNES, Sega Genesis, all that stuff. But when they put the game in, it either worked perfectly because they made it work perfectly, and you had to wait till that game was out. You might only had 2 or 3 of your favorite games in a year if you're lucky. But it had to be perfect, because guess what happened when that cartridge wasn't perfect? You had something like E.T. And once that game was screwed up, all they could do was drop it in a landfill. And the way these games are much bigger, it's more intricate, lots of detail. You're not going to get it on those cartridges anymore. Remember when you were playing Final Fantasy 7 and you had multiple discs to put in a PlayStation? That you get to a certain part of the game and say, take out disc 1 and please now insert disc 2 to continue playing. Those days are kind of over. And I hate that the fact that most users will not be able to own the games that they want to. But this is what PlayStation's doing. They're putting it out just in case somebody wants to do a class action lawsuit. I think that's the only reason they put it out, just to say, hey, to remind you before, since y'all say no diss, no buy, and y'all want to be mad and want to start throwing out lawsuits, here's our terms of service. It's been this way. You're not going to win. I think that's the only reason they put that out.
Well, the lawsuits have already started.
Yeah, I was about to say I think the Europe is suing them. I think they're being sued in the UK as well. There's a few places that are suing already.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
All right. So my thoughts on this are, this has been the case. This goes back to all software, by the way. You don't own the software. The software is owned by the writer of the software. That's how it works. And you get a license to use. That's how it always is. And they can withdraw that license as they will. Now, is that fair? Is that good? I don't know, right? So essentially, you are just getting the ability to rent something for the time being, where the owner of it says you can use my thing. That's just kind of unfortunately how software is. Like you mentioned, Cork, GOG is one of those exceptional cases where you can get the content in a way that you can leverage it however you like. However, it's still the same license. You do not necessarily own the software. You just own a license to use. There's just nothing blocking you from doing things that might not be considered kosher by the owner of that license. That's really the only thing that's different. You still do not own the game in any way. However, logistically, you get to do more things because you have the actual game without any protections. You can do what you need to do. But that is unfortunately just the way it is. Even when it was on cartridge, it was the same thing. It is always the same thing. The license is a license to use, not a license to do whatever you want. It's just the way it is. Any intellectual property, that's the way it goes. What's more interesting is, like, when you used to have broadcast music and TV. So if you have something you pick up on the radio, you were allowed to, like, record that, but you couldn't stream it out to somebody else, right? But you were allowed to record that. So there were some rights that you did get there, but that is kind of the limitations of what you get here. Ultimately, the clarification of something that you've already signed away. Unfortunately, whenever you agree to get on this platform, you agree to these terms. It is what it is. It does, however, still bring up some issues when it comes to different store retail channels that you can leverage to get a different price. That is still a problem, and I think a lot of the governments are looking at that specific facet. They've gone after Steam, by the way. Steam is under legal trouble because of this, which I still think is kind of weird given it's on PC, and PC has multiple stores available to you. Maybe not all content is there. Maybe that's their avenue. I don't know, right? But they're going after them for monopolization of the market. And that one literally is on an open platform where like any publisher can put whatever they want on Windows. Nothing in their way to do that. They can do whatever they want. They literally have separate launchers for different publishers. It's totally up to them to do whatever they like. Even then, the Steam is being brought in to the regulators and court to substantiate why they think they are a monopoly. It does make it more interesting in the case of PlayStation, right? Because they do have a big market share. And because of that market share, if they say that the only way to buy our stuff is through our store, they're probably putting themselves in the same limelight. And I think that's why you're going to get more of these class action, or if not regulatory lawsuits that will go towards them. And I think that, Xbox preempting that, and people say they're going to go away from it. Maybe they will. But if they preemptively say, no, we're allowing other stores on our platform so that we are not the monopoly. We're allowing others on. You guys do whatever, you buy it wherever you want. We'll let you play whatever you want from wherever. We don't care, right? They do preempt themselves from that class action. They preempt themselves from regulators coming in after them because they're not. Even their Windows store, you can buy it there, but they're not blocking Steam. They're not blocking Epic. You can buy it wherever you like. GOG, no problem. We don't care. You want to buy it from EA directly or Ubisoft, we don't care. Buy wherever you like. We also offer it if you want to buy it from us. That's how they're playing it. And if they do that to their console, they kind of pull themselves out of that negativity. But we will see where this goes. But this has always been the case. It's always been the case for any digital media. You don't own it. you never own it. There's just some level of, especially when it comes to movies and CDs and vinyl, that you kind of have the thing that has it. And there's not much they can do to take it from you once you have it. Right. That's kind of the cool part about that. But outside of that, unfortunately, this is kind of the truth. It is just interesting that they're pushing this out now because there must be some legal thing hitting them that they're like, oh, we need to make a statement to make sure that they understand that we are legally covered. Right. And that's probably why these things are going out, even though it's like image wise or whatever, it looks horrendous. To tell your customers when they're like, hey, we don't want you to take away physical. We're going to have a blackout for a week. Yeah, whatever. And but hey, just FYI, with all that crap that you're doing, I don't care. We own the stuff. You just get a license, pay us the $70 and shut up. Right. That's kind of how I'm sure it feels on the other side of that. Fair enough. Right. And that's a PR issue that they need to work with. They could have said it a different way. That's fine. But this is what they have in their legalese. So they're just saying, reminder, you agreed to this. And if you don't like it, too bad. Because there's not much you can do about it. Right. And to a point, they're right. Because pretty much any platform you go to is going to have the same exact thing. There's really not much you can do about that. It sucks. It does. And maybe this is news to people, but it has always been like this with digital content. It has always been like this with physical content. You don't own the content. You own a license to use. That's it. And that license can be revoked and has been revoked by publishers whenever they so choose. It's not up to you. You can literally have paid $120 for an extended edition of a game, and 4 years later they're like, and it's gone. I mean, there are plenty of games that like the service shut down after a while, and guess what? You can't do anything with it. It's dead, right? You can't even play. This is where I love Stop Killing Games, where they're trying to say, hey, I understand publisher can't always support something, but make some proviso that there's a way to make this game unlocked. So that if you bought a copy, at least you have the option to turn it on and play whatever content you already have, right? That you can somehow play that piece without causing a disruption to the publisher. I think that's a good thing to try to make happen, right? And that's the path that might work. And then the long term, you might actually get something. I don't know if we actually have our thing, our TTS WEBDAVE. Probably not, right?
Do you not hear it?
No.
Okay.
No.
No. All right. I'll just say it. Bunty, member for 33 months. Wagwan, everybody, and enough respect. Bop, bop, bop. All right.
Yeah, I probably have to restart stuff. Sorry to do that.
But yeah, so either way, like it's disappointing, but it is true. But it is kind of interesting that they're sending it out while everybody's in the midst of being pissed off about the whole situation. All right, moving on.
So hold on one sec. I want to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if you noticed, I'm in here twice. I'm going to pull my other phone out and I'm going to put my computer person back in. So 2.0 is also me. Bear with me a second. If it doesn't work, I'll just go back to the phone for the rest of the show. Okay. Fingers crossed. Nobody freak out. It isn't 2 days. It's just a week. Remove this one.
Bye, Dave.
It's like the Doublemint twins.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, hey,
no,
wait
yeah,
a minute.
two, sorry. Which one's which?
2 is what we need in there.
Okay. So you're good?
He's muted
No, we
right
can't
now
hear you.
on Streamlabs.
Yeah, so I think this
I'm
is the
good.
one we need to have.
I'm good.
Because if I remove this one, we can't hear you. Maybe you just need to unmute.
No.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Oh.
There we go. Just trust me.
There we go.
Yeah.
There
I
we
was
go.
trying to get to the button. You were pulling me in and out too fast.
Okay. Sorry.
We're good.
All right.
No,
We're good?
No, you're fine. I apologize for the crap.
All right. So we're
Hey,
good.
we're making it work. We're making
All I
it
can
work.
say is you see the links I'm going to make this work for you guys because I love you guys. And let's add this because in the heat of all the other stuff that's going on, this is something we definitely need to talk about tonight because this is where all the meltdown is coming because there's the leaks, all the stuff that's going on with GTA is at a boiling point. It really is what you would say taking over most of the topics on the internet as far as gaming goes. And it's a big deal, Hargeet. I know we've talked about it, but now it's getting even more serious. And some confusion as to what exactly it's like. So Take-Two has subpoenaed Microsoft and Discord, but they're not going after these companies. They're not blaming these companies. It's because they need their records, and this is the best way legally for Microsoft to disclose because Microsoft is actually working with them. They already have their own investigative team in place, trying to figure out what they can because this hurts them too. It hurts everybody as far as gaming goes. So if you want to read the part there, we also actually have the addendum I can pull up as well, and then we can go from there because and then I'd love to hear your thoughts on what this craziness is going on.
Well, I guess first should we introduce the fact that this happened? I don't know if this was something that happened before last week, but whatever. Essentially, a hacker has put out a leak of GTA 6. The name is Leaker, and they have a list of demands that they put out. But either way, they put out part of the game. And what Take-Two is doing is what any company should do is is going after trying to find out who is doing this. And in so doing, they're talking to the companies that that are involved in storing some of the assets for this leaking group, whatever, right? Leaking person. And so they wanted access to a OneDrive, which is on the Microsoft side, and then to Discord servers on the Discord side that might have this content, and they're trying to trace what's happening. How did they get that content? How did they get to copy it over onto those sources? Where do they get it from and copy it from, et cetera, things like that, right? So they're trying to do what they can, and just legally, it's cleaner to have a court document saying, hey, please provide the information to the government, because we are doing an investigation. And you, again, just like we said with the license, you have signed away for them to do that. That is totally fair. And governments around the world use this. So this is a free service, and they own the servers it's on, and they can take the data and give it to any government that says, "Hey, I want to know what they're doing over here." Oh wow, really? First words, right? Shout out to soccer. But either way, so they're basically so Take-Two got court approval to pull personal info, emails, phone numbers, IP devices, device IDs from 100,000 Discord users across multiple servers, including Dark Viper AU's 90K member server. Most of those people are complete bystanders who had nothing to do with the leaks. A multi-billion-dollar company turning Discord into a mass surveillance tool the second their IP gets threatened. And remember, once they have that personal data, there's no real guarantee they can even protect it. These big companies get breached regularly. When, not if, it happens again, your info is just sitting there waiting to be leaked. I will say that there's a little bit of a difference here. In that this data does not go to Take-Two. It goes to a legal company. So it'll be a law firm that takes this information that does discovery on it. It's not going to be them specifically doing it. It's very unlikely that Take-Two would take possession of this data. It's very, very likely that a law firm is taking possession of this data on their behalf. And they would then do the work of figuring out what's happening. It's possible that Take-Two takes it, but I don't know if that's really the case. I've almost always seen it's law firms that get this information, and they're the ones who process it, do the discovery work, and then go to the courts with the next steps, right? So I don't think it's going to be Take-Two. Even if they needed somebody to do forensics, they would hire a security type firm that handles that kind of forensics, and they will go pour through the data and do what they need to do. Again, I don't think anybody at Take-Two is sitting there like they have a department whose job it is just to deal with leaks. I don't think that's the case. I think they hire external firms to handle these things, and they know how to deal with this kind of data, protect this kind of data much more so than Take-Two. And I would agree, Take-Two should not get this data. It's not for them. They just need the results, and that's why you have these external firms that do that kind of work. So I'm not sure that that's the case, but either way. So I don't know if we want to read through this one as well. All internal Microsoft business records and investigative records associated with Microsoft's internal investigation of the cyber leak personas sufficient to identify the users, persons, and or entities associated with that. I think it's persona. It's getting pretty small for even me. But
I'm sorry, maybe the underline part. Can you read that?
Here we go. And then register. So for each return account, provide the account ID, registration email, registration and last login IP addresses, phone number, linked connections, Google, Xbox, etc., any associated device identifiers, machine GUID, MSA, and content related to GTA, Rockstar, or CyberLeak from their OneDrive account.
There you go. So it's a big deal. It really is a big deal. Hargeet, do you want to go first, or do you want to pass around the horn first? You're up to you.
No, let's pass it around. It's fine. Let's have others talk about it.
So, Cork, what are your thoughts on what's happening and what this actually means for the industry?
I mean, it's a good first step. Oh, or did you say me, right? Corkenstein or no?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a good first step. Like I'm not a big leaker guy, like I said, I used to work in the industry and I know how much it sucks to be working on something and you're pouring your, like I said, blood, sweat, and tears into this. You're doing 16, 17, 18-hour days and only for it to get spoiled, or, you had such anticipation on doing something really cool, showing something really cool the way you wanted to show it off. And it's now taken, that is taken away from you. What you're creating and how you want to display it and show it, that right is being taken away from you. So I think this is a good first step as far as though like the whole data gathering and things like that. Not too happy. I mean, I don't think it's going to affect me. I have nothing to do with the leaks. But I can see this being an issue is if there's ever anything that happens, in a server that I'm in, and then now, like I said, I could be my data could be being put out there for something that I had nothing to do with. I could see the concern. But this is a good first step. This is something that I think more companies should do when it comes to leaks, when it comes to data being stolen and taken from developers. We should be doing a little bit more due diligence. There's journalists who end up leaking games. What was it? There was actually one game recently that ended up a build went out that came from somewhere from one of the journalists or something, a review copy that ended up getting leaked and spread across and everything like that for a game. And that's horrible. That sucks. We should be doing, the company should be doing more to protect these developers and how hard they're working. We'll see what happens. I mean, this was a complete pump and dump though, like for the guy that's leaking. I think he already pretty much pulled out from the meme coin that I know, Dave, I'm sorry. I know. Yeah. I know. Thinking about it now, everyone's like, what kind of podcast am I listening to?
That was crazy.
Yeah, but he pulled away from the meme coin. I think they already started selling it off or whatever, and the dude made millions. He's making he's making money off of what next videos you guys want to see and stuff like that. And people were buying it up. And then now look at it. Those people are now having to unfortunately pay that price for trying to get that data given to them. People have had their machines hacked and destroyed because there's fraudulent GTA leaks. This does more than just leaks, when something like this happens. So it's interesting to see. Like I said, they're looking for people's Teams, OneDrive, things like that. I think the build was a PlayStation build, though, if I'm not mistaken. Either PlayStation, I think, or PC build from what it was. I see people like trying to attach Xbox to this, and I'm just like, they had nothing to do with it. They're looking for the OneDrive and Teams chats, places that you can store files. That's what they're looking for, and the accounts connected to those servers and things like that. But we'll see what happens. I thought this would be like crazy though. Like if this is like the most GTA thing, if this was like actually Rockstar behind this leak as like a marketing thing to create a fake meme coin to get money for their game. That would be like the most Grand Theft Auto thing ever. Like that'd be just like insane, but I doubt it is. It definitely isn't. But I just thought about that. It's like, how wild would that be if this was like a complete marketing plant scheme that just went horribly awry, and then now they're trying to backpedal from all of it. But we'll see what happens. I'm still really stoked for Grand Theft. I haven't really watched any of the leaks. I think I've seen like one video. I was just scrolling through Facebook and I saw there was something on there about it. So that's it looks good, but I'm reserving my time for Netflix, the Netflix special, and then just saving it for whenever it comes out on release.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for somebody to get rickrolled. But
Scrub.
The longer we're attached to internet and the longer people have time to learn how it works and how to hack and how to, it's easier now because everybody's so tied to it. You do phishing or smishing or all those different ways you can get into accounts, either by over the phone, over by sending a email with a dirty link on it or something that'll get all into your stuff, and they'll start getting your passwords and all that good stuff. It's only going to get worse. I mean, I've been at a job where hackers have ransomed our data before. I know hospitals that around the country, they've done it with all the patients' data and the hospital's financial data and everything, just that easy. And they're asking for millions and billions of dollars. Nobody is, not at risk of it. And when it's something like this big, a GTA, that is something that is a hacker's dream, because it's like, if nothing else, I'll get my name out there. Even if I can run and hide and you never find me, you can say, oh, everybody in the hacker communities, that's a big thing for them to have that badge on them. And I just hate that it's out there. Like it was said in the chat, to anybody who's really trying to get that stuff and going into the meme coin, something, that's what you get. You do whatever happens to you, you deserve it. I mean, there's 100 different million leaks. I mean, look at the Wolverine leak that they had way before, and that game was nowhere close to being finished, but somebody just had to leak that stuff out. And I hate when it's like that because you just taint it for everybody. Sometimes you might make it harder for a company to want to put their stuff out there because they get all the backlash from it. Oh, this game looks like trash. Like Wolverine, this game looks like trash. Look at this. I was like, it wasn't even an alpha build. They, and I understand why some games they won't show you anything till like a month before it comes out, and then boom, there you go. I hate this. Grand Theft Auto is just about to come out pretty soon, and it just sucks for everybody around the way. I know my job, I'm pretty sure some of y'all jobs, they purposely send us emails just to see if you'll click on crap. And, yeah, and every time you fail it, you have to go to like a 2-hour training course. It sucks. So it trains you not to want to do it again. I'll rather call it spam than to open it, and then you'll get fired if that happens more than a couple of times. You got to protect your. Oh yeah. You got to protect your stuff. And these companies, they can lose millions and millions of dollars. And somebody like GTA, if a full game of GTA gets leaked online and everybody can download and play it, look how much it would hurt that company if that game just got out, full-fledged game, all that stuff. So it is what it is, but I hate when it happens.
Me too.
My company does the same thing, basically. Yeah, we get fake emails regularly sent to us that if we fail, we have to go do a class. But if we get it right, they give us like some points for the company store or whatever to buy some stuff and everything. But yeah, it's a very real practice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I think we've all probably done it. Hargeet?
All right, Soil Tech, 2 jewels, and Bounty gifted 10 WebDave memberships.
Thank you, Bounty. We appreciate that greatly. Thank you so much.
And then so I'm on the security side of things, so I know all about what you guys are talking about. So this sucks. I hate like people who hack in, and this, I think it was a phishing email and somebody like clicked on it and was a developer at Rockstar or Take-Two and got access. And I don't know if it's beyond that, if there was some money payments, I don't know, whatever, but we'll just say that this stinks no matter what. As far as the the demands, some of them I kind of agree with where they're coming from and from their mentality. However, this is not the way to do this. What Stop Killing Games is doing is the way to do this. Go create a focus group or whatever and start pushing legislation. That's how you fix these things. Instead of just stealing it and then throwing it out there, that's all illegal. And it just creates a better case for the company than it does for you to push for better outcomes, right? We want better digital rights. But when companies like this do that, when somebody like this goes out and does this, it gives them more right to say, no, I got to lock down my digital rights because this is what these guys do, right? It's not cool.
Agreed.
I hope that this doesn't go down the wrong path as far as digital rights, that we might be able to get from the various governments around the world. But it probably will hit it. And on the specific side of what Microsoft has to do, or what it could be a Google Drive, it doesn't matter. They will subpoena anybody where they're seeing some of their data come from, right? So if they're seeing, hey, somebody took files from XYZ, online storage and put it on some open area to allow it, or shared it from a OneDrive, which is probably what ended up happening. They shared it out with a OneDrive link. They're like, oh, okay, well, I know where that is. Tell me what's going on with that OneDrive. Who the heck has that? What machines do they have? Which country are they in? All that stuff, right? I want to know where this is coming from. And then they can track it from there. If they have a telephone number, it makes it a little easier to go track, right? Things like that, right? So they want to get how they can get to the point of getting to who that is. And this is not just Take-Two, by the way. This is through a court, right? So the court, which will then work with law enforcement, will work through those things as well to figure out what's going on, right? So there's going to be a collaboration there to try to figure out who's doing this and then go after them, right? So all this seems, is basically the standard response to a cyber event, which is what this is. So you have to kind of just deal with the standard process of it and try to get to a root cause. Thankfully, it didn't involve locking down their content, blocking them from being able to continue working. That would have been far more devastating. This is just a leak, which is still a cyber attack. It's still an attack. It's still terrorism. It's still ridiculous, and it shouldn't be happening, right? However, it could have been way worse. It could have been like they've locked the whole thing, and now the game isn't going to come out because they've ransomed them to some level where they have to pay some ransom fee to even unlock their own data. Right. Thankfully, that did not happen. Right. So the game is still on track. It's fine. But it does throw out there to those who might inadvertently click on something what's happening in the game that maybe you don't want. And of course, thankfully, I'm not on social media, so I don't see any of this shit. Thank God. I don't care. For me, it's going to be whenever I buy the game, I will enjoy the game. I will not know anything about it. Good. But for those who inadvertently do see it, it kind of sucks that you get a spoil like that. And hopefully it doesn't take away from sales. But it could, right? It could be like, well, hey, I don't like that. I just think of Last of Us Part 2, right? Somebody, an ex-employee, leaked out the story, right? And it affected me. I'm like, what, you're doing what to who now? What excuse me? Like, no, I don't want this game, right? And so I didn't buy it. Like that could totally happen, right? Thankfully, that's not looking like the case, but it could very well happen. Like, you're doing that? Nah, screw that. I'm not buying that game, right? That does hit their bottom line, right? And like you were saying, Cork, if you're a developer of the game, you did nothing wrong, and suddenly somebody external did something stupid, and now you're affected, right? Because your entire world has been around, I'm making this game, and when that thing comes out, I'm going to get my money that I was due because I made this game, and I finally get the sales, and I get my bonus, right? So fair enough. Now you're going to take that away. Like, I hope that doesn't happen here. It's a big enough game, and hopefully we'll do fine. But these are the kind of things that could happen, especially if a game is teetering and just about profitable, maybe, just trying to get over that hump. And it's like you do this and it suddenly isn't. That kind of sucks. Thankfully, this is GTA and it'll sustain. But it could be many of the AAA games out there that are just barely making it. And like, if this kind of thing happens, it stops. That's not a good thing for anybody. So I don't know. I could keep ranting, but I'm disappointed that these things keep happening. There are a contingent of people in the world that think this is okay. I am not one of them. I think this is crap. If you want changes to be made, you go to your government. That's the way we do things. We go to our government. We tell them, hey, things are wrong. Let's try to push for something different. And that's generally the right path, instead of doing these kind of like nefarious things. Sue them or go to regulatory bodies or legislative bodies and try to enact change. I think that's a way cleaner thing to do. You can get a bunch of people behind you. I think that's the right path. Stop Killing Games is a fantastic example of that, of people getting behind this. It's like, yes, we want to have something like that. And some legislatures are listening. Some are saying no. Some are saying yes. And, eventually, hopefully it'll get to a point where we get enough yeses, right? Where we say, like, we'll change it up a bit. Is this enough to say yes? Let's get to something better for consumer rights. But anyways, we'll see where this goes. They will likely find this person. But if they don't, they don't. But I think they will likely find this person. And I don't blame anybody in this. That it's sucky, disgusting behavior from people who do bad things. Even the person who got fished, if that was the case, that sucks. It's not like something they wanted to do. It's something that happened to them, right? And should they be better? Probably. But I can't exactly blame somebody that, hey, you didn't know that some random guy while you're on a bicycle could run over your bicycle when you're on the street. Yeah, that could happen, and you have to look everywhere. Sure, but ultimately, isn't it everybody's responsibility to be nice? That's also a thing, right? It's not like the bicycle person should just expect somebody to run them over. It could happen. Sure, it is a thing. But like, I'm just not of the mindset that we should all not just behave in society. Unfortunately, there are people who just don't care to, right? And this is what you end up getting. It's like they have self-righteousness in them. Like, I know better than all of you, and I'm gonna go do. Like, just shut up. Just shut up. Like, seriously, just shut up. Like, I'm all set with that.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing to call out too, in this whole, the way it started, his I guess the leaker, their reasoning behind it is, it's unjust and we need physical games and blah blah blah, and trying to take the proper stance. And like Hargeet said, he created his own like the Bitcoin thing, the whole, he's making
PlayStation and Sony are crapping on Sony fanboys higher than God or I ever could bewam.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You guys hear all that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we heard it. We heard it.
Hey, Reason, you are the master, my friend, the master. So that's just scratching the surface of what you can do with TTS. Holy shit, craziness. Anyway, glad I'm back and got some things fixed. It definitely there was some internet service issues in the area. That was what I found out when I was doing some little research in the background. So I apologize to everybody that the issues that happened. I wasn't falling asleep. I wasn't. What? Oh, anyway, but no, it definitely was an internet problem around here locally. So I apologize for that. But anyway, so they're definitely he's making money. His reasons are more nefarious than they are for the justice. But he's trying to hide his their greed behind their veil of secrecy. And Cork, if what you said was true, or it comes out to be this was like some kind of marketing ploy at one point, that would be crazy because they sure as hard getting the publicity. That is for sure. I mean, insane if that ends up being the case. We got two more topics, Hargey, we probably want to touch base on if you want to. I want to run past you real quick the two of them, or we can narrow it down to one if we need to. The one is from Shinobi, PlayStation 6 release date yet to be decided, according to Sony CFO or CEO Hiroki Totoki. So it may not even be in the final stages like they talked about. And also, just Gordon, the disc to digital icons are now showing up on some of the insider builds. Which one would you like to go to, or if we had to?
And we're definitely going to do the Gamescom one, right? Because we have to talk about Gamescom.
Yes.
Yeah. I think of them, the bigger one is probably PlayStation 6. Let's talk about that. Though I really do like the idea of talking about the disc digital iconography as well. But let's talk about PlayStation 6 because that was a whopper.
Yeah. Then we'll go to Gamescom and then we'll end on the disc digital. How's that?
All right. Sounds good.
All right. There we go. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I don't know if you want to link the whole thing, but either way, PlayStation 6 release date has yet to be decided, says Sony CEO Hiroki Totoki, continuing to watch component shortages and costs. I think there's more to this though. And some of his statements were pretty interesting. All right, and then let's scroll down. So PlayStation, we already kind of talked about the title. The future of the company. Okay, so that part right there. In a new interview with the Wall Street Journal, Sony CEO Hiroki Totoki, it's Hiroki, right? Not Hiroko, but anyways, discussed numerous aspects of Sony's business, including his view that the future of the company is entertainment instead of electronics. While the article mainly looks at Sony's shift from making televisions and products like the Walkman and Discman to its increased focus on movies, music, and video games, it does briefly touch on the PS6, discussing the challenge of the current era, which is identified as the continued global component shortage and trade wars. Totoki said, considering that importance, we need to take some action. Otherwise, we cannot survive in this landscape. The article notes that a number of analysts expected PS6 to arrive in 2027, but that the component shortage has caused them to rethink. Let's scroll down a bit. These predictions. Let's keep scrolling. Let's see if there's any more that's of interest. Totoki said the company still hasn't fixed a date for PS6's launch. Yikes. Totoki last gave an official comment on the PS6 release date back in May, where he also said it hadn't decided one yet. Wall Street Journal's new article suggests no progress has been made on this. So I don't know if there's really too much more. We have not yet decided on at what timing we will launch the new console or at what price. Totogi said in May via Sony's translator. So we would like to really observe and follow the situation. Looking at the current circumstances, the memory price is also expected to be very high FY 2027 because there will still be a shortage of supply. So under that assumption, we must think carefully what we will do. So yeah. So Scrub, why don't you go? What are your thoughts on this?
I think it's exactly like when they put out the last statement. I think this is just to let everybody know and get ready, prepare yourselves. This is going to be expensive as hell. Kind of like when Sarah Bond said the next Xbox is going to be a premium. And, you know, premium basically costs way more than you think it would. And then it was going to be a hybrid PC premium. And then they even said, hey, our costs have gone to 2.5 in the last 6 months to a year, and we expect it to be over 3 to 5 times in the next 2 years. So everybody's just getting everybody ready to let you know, yes, we know you want one. We would like to make one, but they're trying to internally figure out what's the right price that we'll actually be able to sell these and people won't ride in the streets. So it's one of those things. It's going to be expensive. I've said it before on other podcasts. The only way I can justify Xbox's next console being anything in the 1,000 plus, 1,200s or more is because it, like they said, if it does what they say it's going to do, a PC console hybrid that you can play your console and all your PC games and include Steam, to a lot of people who have PCs or consoles that are way back, and that's a cheaper way to upgrade than to go from a 3060 and try to build a brand new PC with all the newer things now. It will cost way more than whatever you will buy for an Xbox console. With the PlayStation just being console only, and it'll probably be around those same prices. I think everybody's just scared, and they want to let everybody know well in advance. There's going to even if right now all data centers and all AI collapse right now, the bubble burst. All those components that you would need to build, they don't just show up tomorrow and all the prices drop. It's going to take years because they've been making contracts and deliverables to all these companies to go well into the future. It's just not, oh, we're making shipments and you pay us again and we'll send you another shipment next month. They're making plans way far in advance for all this AI stuff. So for companies to turn around and pivot, it's not going to be easy. So I think they did all of this stuff just to subtly say, hello, we're saying it right now. It's going to be expensive as hell. Get ready. Now you got plenty of time to save your money because when it comes out, it's going to hurt. Yeah.
It's going to hurt. Ow. Cork? You muted.
I think you muted. Yeah.
Whoop, sorry. I have like work calling me and stuff. It's not going to make much of a difference. And they know it, whether it's going to be later. To be honest, too, PlayStation doesn't really have to release a console in 2027. I think the only reason why they would do it is because of Xbox to stay on that same page. And now you don't have Xbox having a full-on year, or two ahead of you with higher specs, and now they're the premium console experience. Especially if you might be charging the same kind of prices for a PS Pro to what the new Xbox is. It's who knows? That's hypothetical. I'm not saying that's actually what's going to happen or anything like that. I think if anything, PlayStation could wait, but they're taking a big gamble. Like a few have already said, we don't know what the prices are going to be in 2027. That they're expected to be high. They could keep going till 2028. Now Sony is in a worse position because the prices have even gotten higher. And now they can't release a console until 2029. Even still, they may already have a reference design. They may already have something that's already built, ready to go based off of current specs, current parts. There we go, current parts. now you're looking at releasing something 2 years later with those parts. It's not going to be as powerful as it was compared to, maybe to Xbox, but it won't be as powerful compared to other components that are now out that they could have probably brought in a little sooner, or waited to a little later for them to be even more, even make your console more powerful. Who knows? They're taking a big risk. I think if anything, it's different than what Xbox needs, because they need, I think, to make this rebrand and level set work, they need to come out with a new console. I think they have to do that to really solidify this is the new Xbox experience. This is the new Xbox. This is the new brand. This is the new console. We're doing everything possible. We're going to give you this premium experience. This is what Xbox is now, and they're really solidifying that with a console release on rebranding and getting Xbox where it needs to be. PlayStation doesn't really have to worry about that. They can, they already have so many sold out there already, and they don't, they're doing the one tentpole title a year, and that seems to be working for them in a sense, of just staying stagnant. Nobody's really challenging them on that. No one's really pushing them to do better or be better. I mean, yeah, we are. Oh, what was that? Or was that the TTS? Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought I heard something. No one's really pushing them to be better or do better in that sense, other than, with this whole PS blackout. But again, we talked about it. They're still going to buy Wolverine. They're still going to buy GTA 6. And guess what? The people that are like, oh, this, boo all this, they're still going to buy the PS6. Look at, what was his name? MBG or whatever was like damning PlayStation for this move. And then like 4 days later was like hyping up the PS6.
It's about 2 weeks, actually. He was on the train for about 2 weeks.
Yeah. It's like, and then all of a sudden it went back. That's what most people are going to do. They're not going to stand their ground. They're not going to sit there and fight for it. And PlayStation knows it. So they don't have to release something sooner than later. They already did the PS Pro, and that was a ripoff as is, because he only got a 3% increase and a bottleneck CPU. You're not really going to get much out of it, more than what it was. And people were paying. Now they're paying what, $1,000 for it, for the Pro, with the disc. So it is what it is. PlayStation's not really in a position where they have to rush out a console, and they're already kind of not really losing money on games right now, but their live service, their reoccurring revenue is a little weak. They don't really have a live service option that's really generating a ton of money anymore, like they were when Helldivers 2 was out, things like that. Maybe MLB The Show still bringing in some decent money, or Gran Turismo possibly, but I can't. It's definitely not Concord. But I can't really think of
Helldivers. I don't know how well that's doing now.
Third parties. It's all third party.
A lot of it's all third party or second party in Helldivers 2 case. First party with MLB The Show, but other than that, and Gran Turismo, but everything else is third party.
Though. That's all consoles. That's the bread and butter.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter is third party. So they don't really have anything where 100% of that live service revenue is coming. They're still doing a split. So they're not making as much money as they are with like Xbox, doing with like Minecraft and Call of Duty and all these massive titles, that have such a high ceiling for reoccurring monthly revenue. That's just not happening. So we'll see. They don't have to rush out a console. So if anybody can, and CFO already said too, they're going to monetize their current consumer base, and that's what you're seeing with the reduction of the physical media. Mm-hmm. That's what you're seeing. They're going to start dictating higher digital prices in their own ecosystem. You can't really get games on other storefronts like you can Xbox or Nintendo, where you can buy digital games, unless right now it's PC. You could get those because they're linked to Steam. But as far as actual PS titles, it's very rare you can go out to a digital storefront and buy something for PS digitally. It's usually handled internally with their own storefront. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But again, this really isn't a big deal for PlayStation.
Yeah. So before you go, I just want to make one quick comment, and then the floor is all yours. You can go ahead and show that if you want to. That's fine.
All right. So Spartan gifts another 20 WebDave memberships.
Wow, thank you so much for your generosity. Knows no bounds, and I appreciate that so greatly. Thank you very much. And I'm sure everybody that gets one is going to appreciate it as well.
Everybody in the chat has one now.
There you go. Just about. So between yesterday and today, they should. But there is a person, and some people even called him out in this that has D-Batch seen this yet? Because there's a little bet we have going, and don't worry, I have that clip all ready to go for the end of 2027, and there is no PlayStation 6 released yet in 2027, where he will owe me $50. Yeah, but if it comes out before then, I'll be a gentleman, and I will send him PayPal $50 if it comes out before the end of 2027. Hashtag no PlayStation 6. Sorry, D-Bag. Batch. I'm sorry. Anyway, Hargeet, the floor is yours, my friend. Your thoughts.
All right. Yeah, I mean, if the interesting thing is, he says something about moving away from being an electronics company. Like, that is a pretty crazy statement for a consumer electronics company to say. But they are starting to move away from that and moving towards entertainment. And in that area, they do a lot of movies, music, and anime, right? They have the Crunchyroll and all that stuff, and the partnership with Kadokawa, right? So all this stuff, they're basically banking on IP. And, in one of the, I think it was last year, not this year, but last year's, after the end of their fiscal, they had a vision, right? Their vision was to do Kondo, which was emotion, right? And that is all based on IP, not based on I buy a physical box to play games. I am not sure what the future of this is. They have to weigh, like, okay, there's shortage of components, therefore the price is escalating at an escalating price. The thing isn't selling. What do we sell a PS6 at where we don't take a bath and give you something of value that you will actually want to buy? I don't know where they are with that. That is going to be an interesting question. If they're not ready to commit, and we're, at this point, I got to say 27 seems very unlikely if they're not going to be committing to a date for release right now, because you basically have to bake it in. You have to have your dev kits getting built right now to get them out for next year, to beginning of the year, to start getting people to, be able to develop the games. And if they're not already built for their own internal teams, well, what do we know, right? And maybe they say, okay, we have a dev kit and we're just going to stall releasing this thing. So we'll stall the buildup of inventory. How far do you go? Because eventually, like, you'll be far behind. I mean, ultimately, you have to think about, where the industry is going to keep going. If you come out in 28, 29, 30, what is happening on the PC side? It's going to be on the 60 series or 70 series, and it's going to be far surpassing what you're going to put out. What would be the point? So you have to, like, kind of put, okay, maybe you say, oh, what the Xbox is, we'll just do that. But Xbox is already purportedly more powerful than what you were thinking with PS6. So is that a change then? Are you saying you're going to come out and be less powerful a year or two after the Xbox is already out? Well, does that make any sense? This is an odd place to be. So, every now and then I hear something crazy. And when you just go back to when King David would say hashtag no PlayStation 6, and you're like, what if he's freaking right? What if,
oh my God,
what if the world has shifted so much?
The end of that,
right? No, we won't. And
but
rightly so.
He'll deserve it.
100%. But like, but the question is, like, what do you like? What if that ends up happening just because of the way the shift in market is, and there's just not a way for them to make the economics work anymore? And they're like, why are we doing this? But you would think there's got to be enough, right? That, hey, you've got your Fortnites, but isn't that kind of fizzling too? And you've got your Call of Duties. Okay, but that's owned by Xbox, and there's no guarantee that Asha doesn't pull that when that that agreement, which will expire in 33, I think 2033.
Yep.
Right, which would be in the middle of this generation, right? There's no guarantee that Asha doesn't say exclusive, goodbye, because they own it. They can do whatever they want. After the 10 years are up, they can do whatever they want. So they have to rely on like their competitor, right? Because they have the big games, plus Take-Two, plus EA. Well, EA is in the middle of flux. We don't know what's going to happen to them. I assume things will stay the same, but we don't know. And Take-Two is buddy with Microsoft. They certainly make their money on PlayStation. But nothing is always static. And if the world is consistently and constantly shifting, where does that leave them? And I'm sure they're looking at all this and trying to figure out what to do, right? They don't have the benefit of being Microsoft, who also owns cloud, right? They have a massive presence there. So if things shift in any direction, they own Windows, the other big platform. They own the back end, which a lot of game developers use as AWS or Microsoft, right?
Mhm.
So they have that.
Azure.
What leverage does Sony specifically have to be able to make that a more compelling thing? It's not like they have the catalog of Nintendo. They don't. So what is it they're going to push? And if you look at like the top games in sales and whatever, it's not Sony. It's Take-Two, it's Nintendo, it's Xbox. Those are the ones that dominate. They dominate. You look at PlayStation, it's like their biggest game might be Destiny, which didn't even make money. Like, I don't know where they really are. If they want their IP to be something, well, that's why they kept trying this live service thing, because none of their games really go that far. They just don't, right? They might sell a lot in comparison to some others, but they don't get to a level of Call of Duty. They don't get to a Candy Crush. They don't get to a Minecraft. They don't even get to a Mario or Zelda. They just don't. So, like, where are they going to make up that difference? They can't. And this is unfortunately just something they have to think about. Are they better served by saying put games everywhere? Well, that was a thought, but it wasn't working because their games apparently don't really like push on the PC side as much as they might on the PlayStation side.
If they don't do day and date.
That's one of the things they got to try, right?
If you're going to put them out 2-3 years later, no, they won't.
So, this is kind of the way that they have to like look at the landscape and say, well, what can we do? So him coming out and saying things like that are rather confusing. If you're an investor in Sony, do you say, I think there's going to be long-term PlayStation console growth? Maybe. I don't know. Like he's saying, I don't want to go down that path. I want to go down the IP path. Okay. Well, that's a different play, because then you should be reversing the decision on taking games away from other platforms. You should be taking advantage of every platform to get as much revenue for your game, right? If that's the path they want to go down. I don't know what this looks like, to be honest, going forward, right? If there is a Helix next year and it's not overly ridiculously expensive, right? Let's say it's in the 800, 900 range and you have no competitor. Is that not a massive boon to them? Say, hey, every game is going to want to showcase on, Helix, because, the PS5, even the Pro, isn't going to show as well as Helix. So a lot of games will go down that direction. There might be games that want to do some of the capabilities that a Helix will provide and just won't be doable on the other side. Now, is that realistic? Probably not. At this point, there's enough power that they can shut off certain things and say, no, we're just going to release it there anyway. But when we go back a couple of gens, that literally happened to them when Oblivion came out and it was not available on the other side because they didn't have the other side. It was still on PS2, not 3. And they're like, well, we can't do it on 2, so you have to wait for 3. So that happened. Right? Mass Effect, right, came out. Xbox. Mass Effect 1 never even went to PlayStation, right? BioShock started that way, right? And it was just availability. You didn't have another box on the other side. So like, okay, we'll go here, and when the other one comes, we'll give it to you, right? But that may be too late, and it may be something they just don't care. And so we will see what happens. But that is going to be a competitive disadvantage for them going into the next gen if they don't want to have something available at the same time. Now, to be fair, Xbox may come around and do the same thing. We don't know that, right? They have plans that they've tentatively put out that say that coming out next year. Anything's up in the air. That Asha's there now, and anything's up in the air, and they may change that, right? So it may be the same thing. We don't know. But as far as this is a very interesting statement coming from the head of Sony, not the head of PlayStation, who's more invested in trying to keep PlayStation happy, right? He's saying, me as company owner, I'm telling you this is what's happening. And I don't have a release date yet. So there is no release date for this thing. And I'm moving towards IP, and I'm not moving towards consumer electronics. Okay. So we will see. I don't, this is going to be an interesting next couple of years. Let's just say that. And if in any way King is right, oh my God, is that going to be the most insane freaking thing ever if they just give up on making a PS6, which I still think is a low probability, but I can't say it's zero at this point. I just don't know. We're in a totally different weirdo world where it may be that the economics of it just aren't there. And they're like, too bad, right? At least on the Xbox side, you're buying it, you're playing your PC library.
Mm-hmm.
You have that access, therefore you have both, right? You have a easy to use PC under your TV that gives you access to the library you already have on PC as well, and you have the Xbox library, so it gives you a different value proposition. Here, I don't know that they're going to do that if they aren't going to allow PC access, and I doubt it. They can do it, technically they can do it. I don't think they will. And if they don't, what's the value proposition, right? One is taking away physical, one is it's like all these things that are negative against them. I don't know that they win that. That argument may be too much. So we will see. This is a very interesting statement from the head of Sony. But yeah.
It is crazy, and it's very telling. Very, very telling for sure. One of the things you guys called out, I'll pop this up real quick. You talked about I guess Helldivers, but this is kind of interesting, Hargeet. Look at some of the in games for these current games. Some of their
Is that really the case? Like right now, though, is that like an off hours thing or something? I don't know. I want to be a little bit more fair to these games, but yeah, they've fallen. They've certainly fallen. Right? It's not like they're doing that well, unfortunately for them. And yeah, oh gosh, the 24-hour peak is 3,500 for marathon. That's bad. That's really bad.
So.
And Tokon, let's see. Tokon is at 4,600. Oh boy.
So not too far off.
I'm going to assume the budget for marathon was higher, but then there's licensing costs for Tokon. It's probably a wash. They both probably aren't quite making it back. That kind of sucks for both of them. I don't like seeing games fail.
Right.
But it is what it is. Marathon just was not a great idea the way they went about it. And because they did what they did, it's kind of giving you the results you see. And Tokon, I don't know what's not good about it or what, but like, I guess it just isn't resonating. And that's kind of weird. You would think a Marvel IP.
It had a horrible PC launch. It was very buggy, I think, on release. That's the biggest reason I think it got the lowest score. At least on PC, it was just an absolute technical mess, supposedly.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it gets fixed and it gets better, but sometimes if you miss your opportunity, you miss your window, it's on to the next. Yes. And it doesn't always come back.
Correct.
It kind of sucks.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So let's Concord.
Redfall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Redfall's still playable.
Yeah, but I'm just saying because the way it came out, nobody's really going back to the game. Yeah.
True. Very true. Very true. But one thing for sure is they're definitely
Outriders
not going back to Concord. Actually, Outriders is still a really good game, by the way.
Sony pulling a Target/Bud Light tanking their stock prices to do a buyback on bottomed out shares. Don't see a comeback due to Zero Vision Toe.
Oh, you never know. You never know. There's a lot of people that are actually, a lot of I wouldn't say insiders. I'd say people that are in the financial biz that seem to think that they are grooming themselves to sell it off. So there you go. That is a possibility. As crazy as that sounds, it could be a possibility. Gamescom. We gotta wrap this up, guys. We got so much. I love Outriders too, man. That was so much fun.
All right.
So cool. Let's play this little clippy here first. Go. Big stuff coming. I love that new logo. It's so awesome. It is. It is. It is. All right. Switch over to this tab. All right. Only got 3 days left, 2 days left now, I guess, before Gamescom and Opening Night Live is coming very, very soon. Oh my goodness, Hargey, where do we want to go with this? Because I mean, it's basically there's a lot to talk about. There's there's a lot of quote unquote rumors, leaked games, all that kind of stuff. I could throw all that shit up, but I don't want to. A, it may not be true, and B, I don't want to be that guy. If you don't really know, it's hold on for the surprise. Sony sabotage token. That's a thought there, Savalon, that's for sure. That's interesting comment. All right, so Hargey, what are your thoughts? Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I mean, there's supposedly this is going to be one of the bigger Gamescoms for Xbox itself, right? But it's Gamescom anyways. It's going to be game stuff from various publishers, announcements, and campaign gameplay reveals and stuff like that. Right? There's going to be more for all sorts of third parties as well as just Xbox, right? But I think it's kind of interesting to get whatever is going to come out of this and see what else is going to be hitting our fall, or if not something later. And there were some reveals that we've already had where you're just going to get more information, right? So cool. I'm looking forward to seeing more. Why not? And if there are big reveals, that is awesome as well. So Opening Night Live, we'll see what they do there. There was some, as I said, like rumors that there's some announcements coming, like one of them not even a game related thing, which again, that all sounds awesome. I hope they actually do all that. So if they have more more to say about, say, physical disc releases, that would be fantastic. This would be a great place to say that. But let's see what they do with it. And if I don't know if there is anything from Nintendo and PlayStation. I don't know if they've officially put stuff in. I just haven't paid attention. But I know there's stuff from Sega that's definitely out there. And then others out there. There's Final Fantasy. They're going to be showing Final Fantasy VII Revelation a bit more, right? So, yeah, good stuff. I think there's The Witcher 3 songs. This is the DLC that's coming out. Very cool. And there's others in here as well. So looking forward to seeing what they have to show. There'll be a lot of streaming after the Opening Night Live of actual like footage and whatnot that's going to come in afterwards. Xbox has like 2 days of action-packed stuff. There's a lot of games they're going over. So yeah, plenty of good stuff to look at. We'll see how it goes for all the publishers. Hopefully it'll be a fun Gamescom. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching ONL to see what they release. And it's a couple of days away. It's like Tuesday, right? So we will see. 2 days away. We're going to be watching some fun reveals.
Yeah. One last thing before we pass it on to the other guys. Have you, and not to say we're going to give anything away, but have you had any kind of, sometimes we hear some things. We have a lot of friends that are like even Paris is already there and are flying out today, and it's Paris Lily, that is, and a lot of other people that are there in person. And they seem to think that this is going to be really, 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 really big. So, have you heard anything that you're excited about that not necessarily want to talk about, but I mean, I guess, do you have a good feeling about this personally?
Sorry, who are you asking?
You.
Sorry, Hargey, that was all you. I'm sorry.
Oh, me. Yeah, I mean, I like as far as feeling for it. Yeah, I think it'll be good. It'll be interesting to see how how it works out with Xbox making announcements on ONL. And hopefully those announcements aren't going to be things like coming to PlayStation, which seems to be kind of going away.
Exactly.
So, because look, we don't have a release date yet for Forza, which supposedly is coming this year to PlayStation. And it's possible they do that here. It's possible they announce something at Tokyo Game Show, or just put out a tweet. I don't know what they're gonna do, but yeah, that's one that I don't really care to hear about. Like whatever. Right. But there's plenty of other stuff here, so I'm feeling good as far as the games that are being announced or being shown. Having a new DLC for Witcher after this many years is pretty cool. There's also Witcher 4, which has to come out at some point, right? So
Right.
I'll see more about that. But anyway, yeah, no, I think it should be hopefully a good show. I'm hoping it'll be fun to see some new stuff.
Going to give us a lot to talk about next Sunday for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, I hope they go all out and do crazy things, like, take your opportunities to take advantage of the market positions that are there that you can take advantage of, and, minimize the things that are going to cause you headaches. So I think Asha seems to do a pretty good job with that. So shout out to her, and let's see what she does.
There you go. There you go. Let's go to Scrub Nurse first this time. Scrub, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to see the games that they already announced, but there's always surprises, and I definitely want to see that. As far as Xbox goes, I mean, everything that I really am going crazy for right now, I've already kind of seen some stuff. Like, we know Gears is coming out. They put out the beta. It's coming out soon. I mean, I really don't want to see anything else from Fable unless they do like a cinematic trailer for Game Awards. But I don't want to see any more gameplay or walkthroughs anymore from that. I think I'm good on that. I'm tired of the hints for like the last 5 years of the version 3 of the Xbox Elite controller. So that would be a nice surprise if they showed that officially. And it doesn't even have to show me the physical controller. If it's all computer rendering of what it's going to look like and all the buttons and what it can do, I think that'll be a big boon to Xbox. Especially now that there are so many controllers that are cheaper, that have better specs than the Elite 2, which is heavier and sometimes costs 2 times as much, sometimes 3 times as much. You got controllers that are $40, $50 that have better sticks and triggers than Elite, and I think that it's time that Xbox moves to the next step when it comes to a controller that big. If you're really big about games, I think you need to upgrade what you've been putting out as far as a controller. And if I see something, like I said, if I see something about the controller, that'll be happy. And whatever else they show, I really don't have I believe they're going to do this, or I think they're going to do this. Right. And nobody definitely tells me, hey, look out for this. So I'm just happy. Like they said, they're announced 2 days, plus you got opening night. I'm really excited for it. I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting. I mean, it's a win-win all the way around the board. Cork, what do you think, Corkenstein? Kevin, what's up, buddy?
I am so excited for Gamescom. There's a lot of games. If you want, I sent you the link in our private chat of all the games that they are going to be, I guess, not announcing, but showcasing on those 2 days. Xbox showed some of them. There's probably some surprises we already know, but there's just a few there that I'm absolutely excited for. Minecraft Dungeons 2. I was a big Minecraft Dungeons 2 player. I absolutely loved it. So excited to see that. I mean, we're going to see more Gears E-Day. There's never a bad time when you can see more Gears. Let's see. There's, Forza. I guess what's coming up next for Forza Horizon 6, probably DLC. Fable, Crazy Taxi. Oh, man, I'm so excited for Crazy Taxi. We're going to see more Persona 4 revival. I played Star Wars Galactic Racer at Summer Games Fest. Absolutely beautiful. Chef's kiss. I am still thinking about that game today and what I played, and I cannot wait for that to come out in October. And then the next day, we see Dragon's Dogma. We got Modern Warfare, Turok Origins. We're going to see more Stranger Than Heaven. I mean, this is just nonstop amazing. The Seance of Blake Manor. That was actually one of my top probably 5 games of last year that came out. An absolute beautiful, like detective social, like deduction game, or not social deduction, but like detective deduction game that I absolutely loved. And then, we got the Tides of Annihilation, whole bunch of really, really cool stuff that we're seeing. And that's just the stuff that it's been announced. We haven't even, I guess there's supposed to be 3 or 4 things coming out. I mean, again, that's just rumor. Don't take it to the rumor mill, because then people usually are like, Xbox, why didn't you talk about these 4 games I heard about from some random YouTuber? And then they get most of the blame and everybody's sad. So
Or
yeah,
game.
we don't want to do that. But yeah, supposedly there's supposed to be some unannounced stuff. Who knows whether they will or won't. Grain of salt, but all of those are solid titles. Warhammer 40K Dark Heresy, like that sounds pretty cool. I'm just really excited. Gamescom is now like the new E3. You know, when it comes around, I know Jeff's trying to make Summer Games Fest the next E3, but it doesn't have this magnitude like Gamescom does. Gamescom really is taking over. It just sucks it's all the way in Germany. I mean, great for Europe and UK and the people across the pond and all that stuff. For them, they get such an amazing show like this. But for a lot of us in America, like E3 was the event for us to go to. It was such a massive networking event. And now this is Gamescom. So good for everybody. I really cannot wait. I've been hearing a lot of crazy stuff. And it's going to be a good one. Xbox has been increasing their show, like their what they show during Gamescom a lot. And every year just gets better and better and better from Xbox. They really dove into what Gamescom is and what it can offer around the world. So I'm excited. Let's see what's shown.
Yeah, exactly. And it's coming up very soon, very, very, very soon. Hargeet, would you like to hear that? I mean, just wouldn't it be nice if they came out and said, "Oh, Fable, oh yeah, we changed it. It's now exclusive." You would love that, wouldn't you?
It's now exclusive. Yeah, that'd be awesome. Pulled from PlayStation. Oh, and we're actually going to let you buy the collector's edition again. That'd be awesome too.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and we give a physical disc too. How about that?
Why not?
Be nice. Yeah. Why not? Just pour the salt in the wounds. Just saying. So yeah, Gamescom's coming up. It's gonna be here soon. It's gonna be a lot of cover. We're gonna break it all down next week. We're trying to get Kay Asante on next week if it's possible. If not, we're definitely gonna have a really good guest that's gonna be able to get some insight into that, and maybe even a few special guests that may just pop in and give their comments and give us some insight. So we're working on that for next week's show. And Hargeet, I'm really seriously thinking about. I mean, obviously, I've got internet and I've got fiber optics up and down, but I'm thinking about maybe even just getting Starlink just to have as a backup. Just saying.
Sure.
Right? Screw it, man. Whew, throw everything at the problem. Oh goodness. Anyway, sorry about the issues tonight, guys. It's totally crazy. Do we want to go ahead and touch on the Disc to Digital with
did Scrub already go? I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Yeah. I went. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Everybody went, including me.
Yep. All right. So Disc to Digital. All right. Do you have anything on it? Let's see.
I do. We can.
All right.
And then we can go for it.
Yes. So new Xbox Positron Disc to Digital iconography showed up in the most recent Xbox Insider builds. Seems to show a disc digitizing, etc. Reveal could be close. New details emerge on Xbox Positron Microsoft Disc Digital program, as it seems likely Xbox Helix will drop discs too. Okay, well, we don't know about that, but yeah, maybe. If he's saying it, it probably is true. But anyways, a new report claims that Xbox's Positron Disc Digital program is a lot more seamless than expected. A few months ago, code snippets appeared showing that Xbox is working on a Disc Digital program, though details were thin on the ground. Now we have a credible report detailing exactly how it could work. So yeah, I don't know if we want to keep going with this. I think we all know what Positron is, but
yeah,
I think the main thing is now we see some icons, right, that are showing up.
Yeah, and it seems like it's really happening, dude. It's really happening. So Cork, what are your thoughts on this, man? Are you excited for this? I mean, it's what we talked about, man. It's like it's continuing to carry your games from the past forward with you, and possibly even further than that. What do you think?
It's great. This is the kind of stuff that we need, that if you really want to move away from a digital or from a physical to digital, this is the kind of stuff, forward thinking, that we really need from companies. Yes, you might still not own your physical media, but at least once, if there is ever to where a console doesn't come to, if a CD, doesn't have a CD drive, you still have this option to either have an external one, like we've talked about, like you guys said, or if you want to move something to like where you have the Series S, and you want to, have something that you only have for disc on your Series X, now you can rip it on your Series X onto the digital library and download it readily available on your Series S, or to your Xbox Ally X. Who knows, your ROG, whatever the case may be, or to your Xbox PC. Now you have that option to where you can start taking these things and digitizing them. You may not own it, but at least you're not having to be forced to get rid of your physical media. There still is a reason to use it, to download it, to still play it, and to still have some sense of ownership in that regard. So this is something that's great. I really can't wait to see how Microsoft really executes this. Once we get to know a lot more, we've only heard like little snippets of what they're planning to do, but it'll be really interesting once it's fully out to see what it's capable of and how far this is going to go back. So I am very excited to see the future of this and what it means for physical to digital ownership.
There you go. Me too. I'm excited for it. So, Scrub Nurse, your thoughts?
My thoughts is, wow, Spartan 6616, another gifted 20. That is awesome. Jeez.
Crazy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. He's been doing this like all weekend because his birthday this week as well. So we appreciate you in the community. We really do.
We really do.
As far as this, I think it's awesome, especially when you have a system that does not work and did not plan for back compat. The whole reason why there was a lot of Xbox people coming to me going, why don't they bring back Modern Warfare 1 and 2 to Xbox? I said, because it's back compat. I said, the only reason why it's selling so much on the PlayStation is because if you had a 4 or higher PlayStation, you couldn't go back and play that game anymore. So you didn't have a way to do back compat. So what did they do? They sold you the same game over again for what was it, like $40, $50?
Mm-hmm.
And when you spent $60 the first time 7-8 years ago. So this is one of the things that Microsoft was very forward thinking. I really appreciate that they're doing it, and then they're doing a step forward because most people have moved to digital, or they don't want to haul all their games. Most people I know, if they don't have the space, they got a bunch of discs sitting in a box somewhere. And yes, are you going to play all your old games? Probably not. But to have it available anytime you want to and not need that old scratched up disc from 15 years ago that you got to put rubbing alcohol on it to try to make it work so it'll read well again. Y'all remember those days. I know y'all do.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea, and I really appreciate that they're actually going forward with this. I know we've heard this from years. This is not something that they just started on. We've heard about this for years, that they was possibly doing this in the background, and I'm glad that they're doing it and helping gamers out. Not only do you have your digital stuff that you can go back to whenever you started, but you can also have your physical ones that you can turn to digital. And you can never not have your library always be available to you. So I'm excited for it, and I'm glad for it.
Me too. I'm excited. Hargeet, your thoughts?
Yeah, so it looks like there's two icons here, right? One, maybe this game is available that way, and one that you have it that way, right?
Oh yeah, okay.
Which gives you the other cool thing, which is a game that showcases that badge means that game is available physical, right? So now you have iconography that absolutely tells you, hey, this game is available as a physical release, because you can only digitize a physical if you actually have a physical to digitize, right? So this might be something that's showcased. These are the games that are still going to be available physical. Now, I don't know about the whole, Helix will or won't have a disk drive. If it's me, I definitely just do it. Like give it that capability, and why not continue it?
Why not?
Just to shove it in Sony's face? Yeah, like why not? Like give an alternative in the industry, and see if that's something that sticks. It may not be huge, but the goodwill will be huge, right? So
yes,
but I think this could be a really cool way to denote, hey, this game is available physical, because otherwise there would be no reason to have this badge to that game, right? So awesome. And then if you have it in your library, it lights up. Cool. Awesome. So cool that this is showing up. It looks like maybe we get something. Maybe we get it next week, right? Let's see. Let's see what they do. But I think it'd be awesome to showcase some more, physical capability for disc releases going forward. And if this is one of the announcement bundles, as it were, of like, here's what we're doing with physical releases, here's how we're going to allow you to make them available in both physical and digital, et cetera, right? Let's see what they do. Let's see how well it gets accepted, right? I guess in comparison to no physical disc release at all, this is certainly a better position to be in. But I think it'd be awesome if they were just emphatic in saying, we're not stopping physical. We're going to absolutely have physical releases. And we are going to continue this process. And each game that is available physical, you will see this badge on that game in the store as well. So in case you want to buy it physical, you can absolutely go buy it physical and digitize that as well. So awesome. Like, let's see what they do with it.
I have a thought. Okay. What only older gamers are going to catch this, but what if they were messy and they did a commercial? This is how you play old games, and they have that disc and they stick it into the console, digitize it. PlayStation can't do it. Oh man, that'd be hilarious. They would never be that petty, but I would love it if
they should.
They should.
They should absolutely be that petty. I've been saying they should go out and get Boys and Shuhei Yoshida and do the same commercial, because they're both not at Sony anymore, and do the same commercial, just showing how you can share discs with Xbox now.
Step 1, put disc in console. Step 2, put it in the cloud. Oh man, that'd be hilarious.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, you remember us? Here's what we could do now. Yeah.
Back compat. Yeah.
Oh my god. And one thing I was saying, I hope that there is, and this is just wishful thinking, so let's just this is just a hypothesis, I guess, or whatever. But if they made an external drive for the next system, it doesn't have to have it on there. So if you wanted to buy it to make the price a little cheaper, cool. But make an external available. But like Hargeet said before, to make that external available on even the current Series S, you could plug that in your S and make it to where you could play.
Oh, that'd be a great idea. Yeah.
And then play. That's Hargeet right there. And then be able to play, to do this program where you could, digitize your disc, play CDs, play movies, whatever you want with it. It's able to do all that. If you give it that capability, $100, $120, $150, $80, whatever it ends up being, but it's a plug and play. And not only that, if it could work, that would make it even more desirable and probably sell better if it's compatible with multiple different systems that are in an ecosystem, like PCs as well. Because, man, that'd be nice to be able to. A lot of PCs don't have drives on them at all anymore, right?
I had to buy a separate one so I can read X-rays and exams from the hospital, because they don't do those anymore. Yeah.
So there you go. So Hargeet, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if it did that?
Yeah, I'm hoping for some fun announcements. We'll see. I don't want to put too much out there, but like as far as like expectation, but like it would be awesome if they actually did do some of these things.
Yes.
But this one is something that's pretty substantial. We seem to have enough that it's coming soon, so it's likely that this could be announced at Gamescom, but it could be somewhere else, right? It's up to them. But this one seems to have enough teeth that it's going to happen, right? And like you see icons, it's probably happening soon.
Yeah, I would think so. And in either Gamescom or the 25th anniversary or Tokyo Game Show, who knows? Those are the next big events coming up. Is the next big one, of course, is going to be Gamescom, and then after that, it's Tokyo Game Show, and then after that, it's the 25th anniversary, and then the award show. And I mean, there may be some other things in between. Hell, they could even do another, a partner direct. You never know. There's all kinds of things.
Bring out The Rock and Bill Gates.
Well, maybe not Bill Gates, but The Rock for sure.
Yeah. He got a lot of
He's got a lot of baggage now. Let's just leave Bill at home.
Mm-hmm.
This divorce settlement. All right then. Anyway, No, I get what you're saying. I get.
Mhm.
I smell what you're cooking. Anyway.
Haha.
All right, thanks. All right. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here tonight. Hargeet, I think we had a nice long show. I do apologize for that. Oh man, super long. My guest, I apologize for going longer and for the issues I had
No,
earlier.
you good. You
I
good.
apologize for that. But it happens. Life happens to all of us. And unfortunately my internet said but yeah. So
We already established it's the Iron Lord's fault for not having a podcast.
That's right. We had to go longer. Yeah,
exactly,
that's right.
exactly. And for that, we'll say this.
Let them know you guys are in my DM. King, what will we do? We will hold the line.
There you go. There we go. Shout out to the Iron Lords and King David. And I know they're going to have a lot of great coverage coming up. So you guys tune in for them as well. Another part of the amazing community that we're all part of and blessed to be in. I say that every day.
That's right.
Very grateful to everybody that comes on the show and for Hargeet for putting up with me week after week and my crappy internet. I'm just kidding. But guys, let's go around the horn. Corkenstein, please tell everybody where you can reach out to you, where they can find you. And of course, I know you're doing a little bit of thing with some kind of Reddit thing. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, buddy. So yeah, thank you everyone for the awesome chats and here in the chat, everyone here. Scrubners, it's first time on being a podcast with you. So always a pleasure to do this for the first time and meet you. So thank you very much, Hargeet, WEBDAVE. You guys are awesome. As always, I'm your Huckleberry. So I appreciate you guys.
That's right.
Yeah, I do Reddit. So the Xbox subreddit, I help run that. So we are actually doing something really cool. Those that know I've been there for a while. LG reached out to me again and was like, hey, we want to give out another TV to your community. And I, of course, said yes. So yeah, we are going to give out, I think it's a G6 OLED coming up in either September or October. I don't know the size yet. The last size we did was 100 inch. And that was the new RGB one that they were doing. This one I'm not too sure of yet. We're still working out the legalities. It was supposed to be this month, but I think they had to postpone it. So we decided either September or October. We're still trying to lock down a date, but it is in the cards. I believe we also just had an AMA or another giveaway with GameSir, or that's coming up. I got to take a look. I've kind of had a break from the Reddit for a bit because of work. That's why you guys haven't seen me on Breakfast with Boom, which I also am on every Fridays. Friday morning at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 a.m. Pacific or 10 a.m. Eastern. But yeah, so we're on Reddit. And then I have my own channel, Corkenstein Gaming, which I really haven't been able to do much with lately because of work. Again, it's just been really, really. Oh man, another 20 gifted memberships from Spartan.
Sorry,
I know.
But if you guys want more of my horrible takes, you can find me on Twitter, on Threads. The Corkenstein. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And there's some great takes. Hell, Corkenstein's so popular. He's even on some of our t-shirts.
Hey, that's right. I am.
You are. Exactly. There you go. Shout out to Spartan once again. 20 gifted memberships, sir. Thank you so much. Wow,
that's amazing.
I almost feel bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, God, stop. But thank you, because I appreciate it greatly, and I know you do it because you love us and you love this community, and we do appreciate it. I don't want you to ever think that we don't. So
that's
right.
Anyway,
so thank you so much for doing that and for the time you take to be here. That's awesome. So we really appreciate that. So and yeah, Scrub Nerds, put your links in there. Cork, definitely put your Reddit link in there as well, and when you find out the information about that. So Scrubners, please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where they can find you.
Well, on X, Twitter, however you want to call it, right down here. That's my handle, and it has all my, where you go to Twitch, YouTube, or whatever. But I did put in the chat Scrub Nurse Gaming, so that is my channel where I will be streaming until I'm too tired to play tonight. The Call of Duty beta, I'm off because I've been on call this weekend. I'm off Monday and Tuesday, so I'll also be playing the Call of Duty beta as well. If you want to play or you just want to sit and watch and chat, feel free. If you want to jump in and play with me, my gamer tag is Scrub space with a space in the middle, Nurse on Xbox. Come find me and we have a good time. You don't have to be a fantastic Call of Duty player. You don't have to be the best. You could be really bad. We're just all hanging out as a community and have a good time. As long as everybody's having a good time and having fun, we're going to have a great time. And I appreciate WebDave and Hargeet having me here, Corkenstein. Always seeing you around, but it was great being on the podcast with you. Hope it's not the last time. And I appreciate our community that we have, no matter how small or how big, that we appreciate you coming and listening to what a bunch of guys have to say on the internet when you could be listening to a million other bunch of guys on the internet.
So what you're saying, Scrubners, is that even somebody as bad as me can play with you and have a good time.
That's correct. That's correct.
That is true.
When I yell, I never yell at my teammates. I always yell at the other opponents. So yeah, y'all go hang out.
There you go. There you go. Thank you for being here, man. Really, really appreciate you being here for sure. And and like FARK QUE, who's a regular in our chat and a good friend of the show. He's played with you several times, and he talks. He brags about your skill level, my friend. As long as everybody else that does that as well too.
Thank you. Yeah, we have a good time. Me and RSJ fan Becca, we play a lot of times, so it is good. I enjoy it.
There you go. There you go. Hargeet Chani, my friend, and holding down the show for me tonight. Again, I apologize. I apologize directly to you for. I'm so sorry about that. But hey, thank you for being stand-up guy and holding it together. So please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, where you can find you. And I know you're going to be in a lot of different places, plus a lot of good stuff coming up this weekend. Next week's going to be good here. So please.
Yeah. So thanks, Scrub and Cork, for being on. 160, I think, is the tally for how many gifted memberships we got from just Spartan. And then we got a smattering from others. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. Either way, yeah, I'll be on with Fawns after opening night live, right? So on Tuesday, hopefully we'll have some good stuff to talk about there. And then with Boom on Wednesday, and then with C-Money and Doodle, I think we'll be on for Friday. So that should be after the GTA reveal as well. So we'll see what that's like. But this week's gonna be interesting. We have a lot of stuff coming out. So hopefully there'll be some fun stuff to talk about. And then we'll be on next Sunday to talk about it as well.
Oh yeah.
And we'll go from there.
Yeah, we're gonna break down. And I'm serious about Starlink. I'm looking into that because they have new packages and stuff. I might just as a backup, right? Can't hurt.
Yeah, next week's gonna be interesting because I am going on a business trip, so I will be in a hotel, and hopefully the Wi-Fi is good or whatever for internet. So I will join, but I'll probably be a little hampered by whatever hotel capabilities exist.
Well,
so.
I'm gonna have my iPad. I'm gonna have my phone. I'm gonna have every other different device ready to go to be able to log in case anything weird happens. Please don't.
Alrighty.
So anyway, but again, it is what it is. But guys, thank you all so much for being here with us. Please, if you get a chance, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe to the channel. That way you don't miss out on any of the content. We're coming up on, gosh, it won't be long. Just maybe 6-8 weeks away from our 200th episode. That's coming up as well, and
that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
Spartan.
Oh boy, another 20.
Spartan. You get a membership.
Exactly. Better than Oprah. Oh my goodness. Spartan.
That's
awesome. Bless you, sir. Bless you.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Belated birthday.
Exactly.
And
happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm just getting old. I look at it this way: closer to retirement. Once I retire, then I'm gonna be doing this every day. Hargeet's like only once a week. I'm just kidding.
Happy.
Yeah. There you go.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks. And now watch that be the whole thing is demonetized.
Copyrighted.
Yeah, right.
Just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And of course, don't forget this.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Thanks, guys. Have a great night. And if you want to stick around, as soon as the thing quits playing on the outro, we're gonna send you over to Hugh, who is a big Arc Raiders player, and he is playing live, and he is giving away all kinds of good stuff. If you're into Arc Raiders, you can actually he's giving away like every couple of hours. He's giving away the codes, so you don't have to go through the subway codes, so you can get you the new subway outfits for your Arc Raider gear. I did mine today. It was pretty awesome, guys. Thanks again for joining us here on the Gamers Council. Tell Hugh we said hi.
Game over.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back ribs. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back rib chili, baby back.